All right, what do you guys say we get this party started? Welcome everybody to, I think this is like live stream like number 17 or 18 or something. It's kind of ridiculous. We've done this a lot. It's because it's a really big zoo. It's actually bigger than my other ones. Welcome, Todd. Hi. Big Baloo, hello. Must be busy getting beer and Pop-Tarts. You are absolutely correct. I'm just kidding, actually. No, this time not so much. I just ate breakfast. I just woke up like a couple hours ago, actually. I made breakfast, and it was delicious and wonderful. So I'm actually good. I just have a cup of coffee. I'm going to try to make it through this stream with just a cup of coffee. Peter, Todd, hello, welcome. Black Rose, hello, good to see you. Gamer News, good to see you too. Oh my gosh, everyone's flooding in. So write in chat if you just showed up and I didn't give you a shout out yet. Guess what? It's my birthday tomorrow. Hey, happy birthday, Todd. Are you like turning 29 again, like what I do every year, or are you or do you have an actual birthday, an actual number? Yes, I slept, Big Baloo. Isn't that crazy? I usually don't. It's kind of strange. I'm just like, you know, it's like, those like deep cave fish that have like, they never see the light of day. That's kind of like me. I stay in my basement and I just keep working on YouTube stuff all the time. But no, I actually slept. So yeah, happy birthday, Todd. Big shout out to you. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to do. First off, before we start off anything, I'd like to give a big old shout out to everybody who has sponsored the zoo. The boat's not done yet, by the way. Yeah, I've been slacking. Actually, I haven't been slacking too much, so because I actually did do some work. Was that a sign over here? Did I see a sign? No. Okay, I thought I saw a sign there for a second. 29 it is. Okay, yeah, Cinnamon's here. He's here to clout farm. But anyway, yeah, big shout out to the sponsor of the zoo, some of whom are in the chat right now, like Peter and Todd. Happy birthday, Todd. Cinnamon, let's give him a solid wave. Tinnikin, Inkle, Captain Craig, Kithron, Diamonds in the Rough, Finney, Corey, Nickel Plays, Emperor Ditto, the one and only Cinnamon, who is currently on right now. He also holds sort of there. Black Rose, who's also in chat. Ace Yotter, Mr. Bubbles McGee, which is a great name, by the way. Mika Hunter, and HT Plays. And of course, the top super chat, big shout out to Cinnamon, who is, like I said, on right now. With the top super chat of any amount, like one single individual super chat, this is what you gotta do to unthrone him from this position right here. Is currently sitting at $248.02, which is kind of mind-boggling. But yeah, that's the top super chat. So shout out to Cinnamon, who just popped in chat there. Rude. Okay, look at the fishies. We got some stuff to do. I have done a little bit of work since the last episode, the one with the flamingo update to the flamingo exhibit, because I was trying to get ready for another one, and I kind of was ready. Just it's like time is always tough. So, makes me reluctant to super chat to open this stream. I'll let you guys hash that out. So, all right. So the work that I've been doing since the last episode is I got inside here and I actually changed over all the stone or all the like the black sand and black sandstone to actual stone. So it looks like the inside of a cave now. The flamingos are still in there. Okay, so that's a huge dub. High five, everybody. Okay, so they actually did stay in there this time. They didn't escape. Who would have thought they could fly? They were very noisy too. But I also added this part on here too as well. It's going to connect over there. So the path to actually get here is going to come from over there, okay? So if we look on the map here, it's basically, I closed in all of this area and connected it and stuff, and I missed a huge chunk right there, which I have to do still. And then there's all this over here I got to work on too. So this is the base of the volcano, which is kind of what this stream is called. So all right, so the path here is going to go through here, and it's going to come around this way. And now it's underground right here. And it's really tempting to keep it that way for a big portion of this. So yeah, yeah, I would, but I bought a car not long ago, so try and pay that. Yeah, definitely focus on like car payments. I would strongly suggest putting money towards that rather than these streams. Remember, you guys can, of course, enjoy these streams for free too. I do appreciate greatly, like super greatly, everyone who does super chats on these things, because, yeah, you know, life, you know, factory worker. Big surprise they don't pay me that well. So yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, if this can take off, then I don't have to do that. Wouldn't that be great? And I could bring you guys more content. If we're doing this full time, wouldn't that be awesome? But yeah, baby steps, you know, baby steps. But the path here, it's right here. This is where the path actually is, going past the capybara exhibit right here, and then it goes into a cave right here, and then it comes out here, but it also forks to the right, and that fork to the right is going to remain underground. I'm thinking about having it like re-emerge right here, maybe, but it needs to come out of the cave at some point in time. So since this is a narrow area right here, I thought, why not actually have that be the part where it comes out, and then this could be like just more rock structures here, and then I don't know what to do here. there's stuff that still needs to get done. So there's some stuff. Got Peter, I had a car repair recently. I ain't gonna top anything this stream. Although I mean, I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but just to warn you, Peter, he did say bring it on. Cinnamon did say bring it on. But anyway, we got to do some stone work today. Big surprise, I know. When the entire island is made out of stone, you end up having to put down a lot of stone. There's the Asian elephants in there. I did this whole face of the mountain here, the volcano here, bring this down here to blend it in to the exhibit itself. Black Rose. Oh, I put a bit on, putting a bit on cinnamon. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Black Rose, for the $10 super chat, and also thank you, Peter, for the 250. Holy cow. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we got an updated sign then. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna get over there. Also, place your bets too, as far as like how many C words that rhyme with rash we're gonna have today too, because it's probably gonna be ridiculous. I bet you. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Peter. Holy cow, you just took over. That says bit, not hit. Oh. Putting putting a hit on cinnamon is what it's supposed to say. Interesting. All right, cinnamon, you've been dethroned. All right, so, okay, Tiger Craft. Hello, welcome. We just got a new top super chat record. Holy cow, that was insane. Peter, thank you so much for the 250. Oh my gosh. All right, so Peter, we're gonna put that in capital letters. Peter, with the number. That's a percent sign. 250. Holy cow. Dang. Thank you, Peter. That was incredible. Stupid autocorrect hit. Well, I can't go chase him down. Maybe if he shows up, I might take him out. But, I'll be back. But thank you, Peter. You're now the top super chat. It's also getting nighttime, and creepers be creeping, and you know what they be doing. Creeping. I just said it. But, wow. But yeah, Tigercraft, welcome to the stream. We're just about to take a little snooze here, but I was just updating people when all that went down. Updating people on the progress on the volcano over here. It's kind of getting a little nuts. We're working on the northeastern side right now. It's also raining. Oh, how about that? Oh, not that one. Oh, there you go. Cinnamon got it. So we're working on this side here now. This whole thing is like fake, basically. The entire land around here is fake. It's all a facade, custom built facade, so you can see us working on it right here. But yeah, the aviary right here has got more room to go in it, so I thought I could thought about asking you to hunt down cinnamon. I mean, I will if I have to. I mean, that's definitely something. Doing stuff at my base. Me too. That's the thing. I'm doing stuff at my base too. Which, by the way, Cinnamon's base, in case you guys are wondering, is really, 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 really far away. Okay, it's way, 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 way over here. And oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, he's doing some work at his base. But Black Rose has actually been on the server doing a lot of clearing over here. In fact, I don't think this map is updated. So remember this dark line right here where the light and the green are? Light and the dark of the green? That's where the forest was. All of this has been cleared out. And these are not the dynamic trees, okay? So these are the ones that you have to chop down block by block. Okay, so yeah. He asked for the forest to be cleared out. We're clearing it out eventually. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So, still working on that, so. I just got the confirmation I made a purchase email. Yeah, so much gone. Yeah, I know, there's a lot. I have stacks and stacks of pine logs, too, so it's just ridiculous. Okay. So we got to get to work on doing some building, though, because I want to fill in. I want to work specifically on this area here and the part bridging these two sections like this up here. So, or it's not. I've made way more progress since that image. Yeah, okay. So there's more cleared out there. So I want to bridge this section here and get this kind of done today. And then if we have time, continue on over here. Now, there is kind of a stretch right here where there's kind of an opening, so it's possible I could come back here and like crush in an exhibit maybe of some kind. Maybe like small animal of some kind, or even dig one into the side of the mountain, kind of like what I've been doing with the aviary, or the panda exhibit also is kind of there. So yeah, it's possible that there could be an exhibit popping up there too. But I want to get over there and actually start working on that area. I also do really want to finish filling this in because I think this looks derpy on the map. There's this one like chunk missing there. So, okay, so that's the game plan today. Now I got some stone. I'm gonna have to get more stone, I think. Do I have any in my other, my glass chest, which I use as my second dump chest? I also need to get more glass. Ooh, let's get that started real fast. Let's get that started real quick here. Let's fly on over here. The otters are down there still. Yep, they're still there. They haven't despawned or anything, which is always nice. Some animals do, it would seem. It's difficult to say whether they suffocated in a wall and died or whether they despawned because they're just not there when I get back and there's no chunks or images of them left. So, yeah, there's that, so. Okay, glass. I'm here for glass. Now, I have got a lot of black sand. Like, a lot. And I know, like, not everybody has that stuff and they probably really like it. But I've been just burning it up so I can create some glass because I just have a ton of it. So, let's get this a little organized here. Yeah, I've just been burning up because I have just a ton of this stuff. So there, at least we have some extra glass. I'm gonna get some more cooking up here too. I think I have some right like in here actually. Black sand, yeah. Yep. This is black sandstone. It's hard to tell the difference between it. So black sand. Okay. Cook. How's the fuel doing? Oh yeah, we're good. Dried kelp for the win. Alright, I'm also running low on rockets. Let's get myself at least kind of prepared. Do I have my balls in hand? I do have some balls in hand, so we're good there. Let's get a couple more rockets made up here. Every once in a while I go hunt down creepers down below in my little dark area in my cave. So I keep restocking on gunpowder enough to keep going at least. Let's get rid of some of this stuff over there so I can actually throw things out that way. Alright, so we got rockets now, we got balls, we got my worms, cooked calamari. I think we're good to go. And we have stone too, although I can probably stock up a little bit more on stone because there's openings there. In fact, some of this stuff is grass, and grass I can actually put away. Come on, there you go. I actually put away. I've been trying to collect more of this stuff too, so like if anyone on the server has grass they don't need, these are the chests right here. This one and this one right here are gonna be filled up. Every once in a while he hunts me down too. Yeah. Alright, where did I leave off at? These used to all be filled with stone. That's how much stone I've placed. That's a lot of stone. I need grass. Yeah, me too, actually. I got stone. Okay, so that should be good enough for some stone for right now. Good old calamari. So yeah, more progress has been done on the zoo. My goal this week was actually to do another bird exhibit in the aviary, but like I said, time became a problem. So I was like, I got time on Saturday. Cobra, hello and welcome. Hi, I was wondering what shaders are you using? I'm using complementary shaders actually at the moment. We're in version 1.16.5, so yeah, complementary shaders. I think these are great. I like the fact that the ores glow. I also need stone, andesite, and rock stuff and other stuff. You basically need all the stuff. There's an octopus out there doing some synchronized swimming with the one that's just under the water there. Elephant. Ah! Didn't mean to fall off that. Oh yeah, I also put this railing in here so you can actually see the elephants too. So that was another thing I did in between episodes so far. So big bam. We got a good spot for it, so yeah, thanks. Yeah, no problem. And in fact, if you want to play this mod pack, I think the link is in the description. It's on Curse Forge. Knock yourself out. There's spiders. There's spiders all over this place. So yeah, the ZAWA Together mod pack. It's got my cartoonish ugly mug right there, actually kind of jumping, exploding out of the logo. It's like a GReimer jump scare. You know, you weren't expecting it. Okay, so let's get to work on the area over here. Now, some of this is going to require me to build a big face of the volcano right here. This part that's indented, that's not good. Oh, there's my original line when I was like, yeah, the volcano will probably come down to right here. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. All right, so I got to try. I mean, I got to get up there and take a look here. It's hideous. Right there. Yeah, I got to just kind of marry that up there. It's cool if it curves down a little bit because it's kind of like a bulging volcano then. Hopefully not as bad as what we did over above the aviary where there's like a big tumor bump. On it. Oh, I also got to throw down a lot of torches in here because this is going to get really dark in this area and mobs will be able to spawn up in it. So I got to cover that up. Wood backpack, help me out here. Thank you. I hear lava. I mean, it's a volcano, so it shouldn't be that big of a shocker. Yeah, that goes for anybody. If anybody out there watching wants to play this mod pack, it's totally free to go play on Curse Forge, ZAWA Together. Just type in that. Probably ZAWA, you'd find it too, I'm guessing. But ZAWA Together is the name of the mod pack. The ZAWA Together server is my Patreon server, so if you do want to actually join in the fun and build your own zoo here on this server, you certainly can. Link for all that is in the description too. But if you're looking for like a public server, like a public ZAWA server to play on, I would highly recommend doing the Omega server. That is the home of VintageBeef. He's got a server going right now for the public to be able to join and build their own zoos and whatnot. I think they also have Pixelmon on there, so it's a lot of fun. Trying to create a baseline path here to go. I believe Tinnikin actually made an incredible zoo on the Omega server last season, which I did feature in a video on my channel here. Let's see if I think it is under the ZAWA playlist, or maybe with Playing with Friends. I can't remember where it is, but basically her zoo is just ridiculously awesome. Okay, so that should marry up with what we got going on here. I got to replace a lot of these blocks. Some of them is just gonna they're just gonna get built over, like when I placed on grass and whatnot. Okay, let's try to do like a. See, like this kind of flattens right here, and that's not really supposed to do that. It's supposed to continue outward. So let's try to kind of create a path that it's supposed to go at. Building an entire volcano is definitely not something I thought I'd ever really do in Minecraft, but you know what? It happens. Oh, getting nighttime creepers be creeping and whatnot. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. In fact, the song you guys are hearing, if you do download the mod pack, you can actually get this on a music disc for in the game. Just get a blank disc either by making it. Oh, I see you. Waiting for me to drop, are ya? Huh? Either get a blank music disc from a zombie drop, or craft one yourself, and then make a music box, and then you can make it. Oh, I'm too far. Overshot a little bit. I mean, that should work pretty good. How's that look on the map? Curvature-wise? Yeah, that's close-ish. Close enough. I mean, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect because it's a volcano after all. So it's alright if it's got a couple imperfections in it here or there. In fact, ooh, it's supposed to connect over there. Huh. Well, I'm off a little bit. Well, it's actually alright if it has like a rock jutting out right here, because then when you start getting towards the base of it, you could have past mudslides, past collapses, you know, rock slides and whatnot. So it's entirely possible that, you know, this is just jutting out here. It's just a rock formation that kind of poked out. So I could, where's my balls? Let me grab my balls. I desperately need those things in my hand right now so I can yeet them as hard as I can right at that fiery rock. And then get over here. So if I were to redesign the shape of the face of this, that it connects back to right over there, maybe it should come back to like, I see you. Spiders everywhere. I should jut back out here. Yeah, like right here. I have it kind of, oh, I can't see anything. I've fallen down where all the spiders are going to eat me. Yeah, we'll have that rock face kind of jut out like that. It'll be like a little bulge kind of come. Well, not really a bulge. It's more like just a falling all over the place. It's like the ground is so unstable around here that I can't I can't just take a step back and look at anything without falling. Maybe I should finish the path first so I have a place to stand on. Just a crazy idea. Let me get back up here. So this is the path, and it's got to come down over here and drop down 1, 2. 2. It's got to drop down 2. Okay. And that way at least I'll have a place I can actually stand on then. Actually, 1 second. There you go. Okay, so it drops down 1 here. And I don't have anything underneath this in case I put gravel down. Oh, missed. That was a fail. Big old fail, a Ruski on that one. Alright, excuse me, little tree. I was waiting for a second because the biomes of plenty stuff. Sometimes they trees are a little touchy, you know, they're a little touchy, and they like to crush you even though they're not there. Now let's actually make some room in the inventory by stashing that log and by hiding the spiders that have had accidents. They didn't get murdered. They had accidents. Okay, so if that's where it's sitting, I'm gonna have to go put, ooh, I heard it. I heard it. Where are you? Uh-huh. I heard him. I heard him. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I heard another one. I saved him from drowning. I'm a hero. Okay, so wait, hold on. Wait. I'm actually screwing this up a little bit because balls. Because this is actually not the walkway. The walkway is supposed to be right here, this height. So that you can actually see into the exhibit and see the capybaras, the big hamsters or whatever they are. They're semi-aquatic too. That's why there's a river in there. I didn't know that. News to me when I looked them up. I think there's a spider in here though. Yeah, right there. I heard him walking around. They're everywhere on the zoo. So this is the bottom layer. I don't need to be putting a layer down below it. Okay. I suppose before we get wildly started on this, though, we should actually look and see how many who's been leaving their balls around in the ender. I think that's everybody. Everybody's been doing that. Let's look at the items used. Items used. Stone, 158,600. Okay, so that's what we're gonna start off at. That's where that's our starting point. Alright, so then this can get filled in. I'll have to come back through later, and I'll have to do the pathing on this to add like the coarse dirt and the gravel and stuff, and a little bit of cobble in here. But yeah, we can make this look like a nice looking path. Be right back. Need to run off for a minute. All right, Todd, happy birthday again, by the way, Todd. Time to celebrate everyone. It's Todd's birthday coming up here. What, tomorrow you said, I think it was? He's turning 29 again, just like me. It's time to celebrate. Now, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, my 29th birthday party, my second annual 29th birthday party is going to be in July again. So keep an eye out for that. We're definitely trying to play some games and stuff with the Discord. The Discord is my Patreon Discord, so you can see people oftentimes that are here on this server joining in there too. So look forward to doing that again. That was a lot of fun. I think last year we played I think last year we had what did we play? What's that game? The Lethal Company. We played Lethal Company, then we played Ultimate Chicken Horse. It was actually a ton of fun. Ultimate Chicken Horse, man, that is a blast. Holy cow. I know Lethal Company exploded and got like really popular, but Ultimate Chicken Horse I think is way more fun. Holy cow. I enjoyed that game immensely. Alright, so we have to decide what the path is going to just kind of curve this way. This is what I'm talking about with this open area right here. It's possible we could squeeze an exhibit in here, but we could also build like a structure that has some ruins on it, especially on top of that area over there. That part's done as far as the stonework. I just need to do the foliage. So maybe... Where's my balls? Where's my balls? I need them in my hand. There we go. Got them. Alright, sweet. Are the tree frogs still in here? Yeah, they're still in here. Okay. You're good to go at Ultimate Chicken Horse. Yeah, that's such a good game. Such a fun game. Such a goofy game, too, but it's so fun. Alright, so let's just say, like, it goes down, like, right here, okay? This is where the path connects down to it, and then we'll actually have it... Is that wide enough, you think, for a path kind of cutting through the rocks? Probably, because if I really crunch this in here, you know, so that it's not that big, that it gets a tight fit for the path here, I can put an exhibit, like, on this side, and the narrower I make the path, the more room I have to build an exhibit anywhere. And Anira, hello and welcome. Did I say that right? I probably butchered that. I am so sorry if I did. No idea what all mods you have in this, but do you have the Quark mod in this pack? I don't think we have Quark in this one. We had that in Pixelmon Revolution when we did that, and that's on the Technic launcher still. The troll for that mod is such a lifesaver. For random texture, yes, it is. Can't play without it. No, that's true. That's true. No, I don't think we have Quark in this one, but it is a really fantastic mod. I love what it does to the caves and stuff. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea. We do have a lot of stuff in this, and the mod pack is always updating. You know, we're always trying to add new things to it, which we do need. There's an update. There's an update planned for the next one. We've been just kind of distracted and problematic, and our server manager might have spilled a cup of coffee on his computer. It happened. Okay, so we. we had some issues, so but yeah, but we do plan on updating the pack again to include, like, we don't have ZAWA Essentials in it yet, but that's coming. It's on its way type thing, so but we just have to get the technical stuff out of the way, but and make sure that it's complementary with all the other mods in it and stuff. But ZAWA Essentials and Eco Regions, I believe, are the ones that are going to be added next. So we're trying to kind of like create the ultimate ZAWA mod pack for building. So Quark isn't exactly out of the question for update coming up, but it will definitely, like, there's a big update coming for ZAWA. there's a big update coming for ZAWA. Okay, it's coming to update to, like, oops, that's supposed to be an exclamation mark. All right, so there's number one. That's number one. So place your bets now. Peter, I think you actually nailed it last stream, how many times that was going to happen. If you ever see the stream do that, where it just kind of like freezes up for a second and then just jumps forward to the screen here that you're seeing, I had an issue where I got booted off the server. It's only me, too. That's the other weird thing. Other people are not having this issue as far as I can tell. So I just got to wait for the console to recognize I'm not actually there. And then it'll bring me back. I've talked about it at length, you know, on other streams, too. About what goes on when it happens, and it seems like it actually bogs down my internet connection. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. I don't really know why it does that. But if you see that happen, just give it a second. We'll be back just like while we are right now, just kind of hanging out, chatting. I'm just waiting. Just give it a second. We'll be back just like while we are right now, just kind of hanging out, chatting. I'm just waiting so I can get back on the server then. I'm happy that it is actually just me that's happening to. Also, I wouldn't really like it if the people who are, you know, you know, donating to my Patreon or having technical issues like this, that would make me very frustrated. So, more so frustrated, I guess I would say. But yes, I was just in the middle of saying something, and all of a sudden the game completely just... Tell you one thing, I've got a sweatshirt on. I gotta lose this thing real quick while we're in an intermission anyway. Oh, it says I left the game in the console. Finally. Alright, so I can get back on, that means. So, I thought it was my internet. No, it's not. It's not Anira. It's totally on my end. And I don't really know why. But it's a thing. Alright, we're connecting again, so bringing you guys back in now. Alright. Exactly. Okay, so Cinnamon has this bug that's happening in the Discord where he loses his role sometimes. And it's actually, I can't even say it's just him. There's one other person that's happening to every once in a while too. It's not even like a constant thing. And so I basically every month manually go and give him his role back. So that's what he means by now you know what it feels like to be in your Discord. So sometimes, well, no, it actually was doing pretty good for a little while, and this month it really, really didn't. In fact, if it makes you feel any better, just this morning I had checked it, and yeah, I had to fix it again. So, technical issues, but you know, we're gonna get through them. Gotta make sure I get this all filled in, so that if I put down gravel here, I don't have an issue with it just falling. Okay, so I'm going to fill in over here. So I got to create the outline of the path on this level. I'm freeballing it here too, like or freehanding. Freeballing's different. Freehanding. Freehanding it here. Although, you know, hey, it's a live stream. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, so I'm freehanding it here, meaning that I don't really have a plan for this, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it and go. Eyeballing it and freehanding is what the words I combine to make freeballing, and that is totally something different. So yeah, this is where the path goes, then it goes that way. When we have a entirely different biome we're creating other than what's underneath here, it's weird because, you know, it's it's a lot of work that goes into creating an entirely new world. Alright, let's say it's going to do that. Alright, so this is where the path is up here then. So yeah, okay, and then we can just fill in this little section right here, and of course this. Imagine. Difficult building an entirely new world. Weird. Alright, and then all this can get filled in. And that will be the path. Now, again, the reason why I'm double layering the stone is because I'm going to be going back through here, and some of the blocks I'm going to be putting in here are gravel, and instead of working and pillaring up for every single piece of gravel, I just layer another layer of stone in here. Don't worry about it. And then when I knock out this layer to put the piece of gravel, it doesn't fall through. It's like I'm placing a whole lot more blocks than I need to, but it saves me the stress and annoyance later of constantly having to switch to pillar up to make a block underneath the gravel. And yeah, so it's just a time saver for later. Okay, so then this thing here will actually be the edge of this area. And that'll be like more raw land than just like what we see over here, so. It's kind of weird because it's like the more like untamed terrain that I do, the more, or the less exhibits would be put in there, you know? And you'd think that would be kind of a good idea to put more exhibits in, but in reality, if you really want the place to look good, you have to kind of keep some of the nice aesthetic, so... I hear there's a bounty on you. Well, I mean, someone did pay $10 to have you killed, I mean, so... I mean, that might have happened. Apparently, she was complaining about bad working conditions or something over at your area. All right, so let's get a nice bird's eye view here. Arena or Anira, if you haven't seen this yet, this is ow, that's a rock. This is the zoo. This is the zoo that we've been working on here. All this over here, lots of exhibits. There's even the path. That's the otter exhibit right there, connecting over to this big volcano that we're working on here. Yeah. And then it's all over here. This is the part that we're working on today, is over in this area between these exhibits that are here. There's a lot of raw. This is what the volcano, this is what the land looked like naturally when we're over here. This is the natural formed generation right over here. Was this the volcanic plains? And it's turning into everything that you saw that we're doing over there. The other island that was over here, this one, was not a volcanic plains, though. This was a rose field, and it was relatively flat. So, all right, well, I usually don't turn into a hitman. Oh, spiders. I usually don't turn into a hitman, but $10 is $10, so we're gonna go murder Cinnamon. I think he's in the bathroom. I think he's taking a dump. We'll just wait out here politely for him. Oh, wait. Hold on one second. My stupid stream thing is telling me I need to reload. 1 second. Jeepers. YouTube. YouTube is a thing. All right. Hopefully it's back now. Okay, yeah. Hopefully it's back now. Hey. Can't see all the fire. I gotta grab the fire every once in a while. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I picked up some of his stuff. All right, there we go. The bounty has been fulfilled. I don't want to steal any of his things though. But I probably, unless he set his spawn over here. Did you set your spawn over here, Cinnamon? Creeper spawn after the trying to kill me, but I'm out of arrows. Oh no. Seriously impressive. I watched a bit of your early episodes, but nothing later, unfortunately. That's all right. You can always watch it at your own pace, whenever you like. You can even jump to the end if you want. So I want to make sure his stuff doesn't despawn here, though. So 1 second, let me just kind of make sure I get this stuff here. Oh, he didn't set spawn over here. Okay, so he's got to make the the trip back. All right, so let's I have pine in here somewhere. I gotta have pine in here somewhere. I don't think I have pine in here. Ugh, okay. Oh no, there we go. I was like, because I have a bunch of pine, and I know where to get more. Yeah, Cinnamon's forest that we're clearing out is all pine. All right, so let me just kind of fill up my inventory with something else, and then what we'll do is we'll slap down this right here, and then everything we pick up, we kind of put right in there. I'm standing in the urinal for you, Cinnamon, just as you pine, you say. Okay, I got an extra bow that didn't have, isn't mine. Hero's bow 3.0, I think that was mine. Oh, you had a really good bow on you, too. Oof. Isaac, hello, and welcome to the stream. We are picking up Cinnamon's guts off the ground. he had a bounty out on him to get murdered. I mean, I'm not a hitman, but $10 is $10, and somebody offered me $10 to go murder him. So he actually was kind enough to come here. So there we go. I think I got everything in there. That was yours. think so. I think I had like 40 some arrows, so let's go with that. So, got your armor, you got a sword, you got the axe, shovel, and pickaxe, silk touch, bows in there. Your backpack I threw in there too. Food. I think we're good. I think we got everything. Okay. Oh, and it's nighttime, so I better sleep. Because creepers be creeping. So, shot me in the creeper. If I fall, oh yeah, that's brutal if you get shot out of a tree from the skeletons and the creepers finish you off. Alright, but yeah, Cinnamon, your stuff is safe and sound. It's not going to despawn. It's in a chest here in the men's room, so. I haven't actually installed the toilets yet. I just realized that. I have a spot for them, but I haven't installed them. I got the urinal, so people can take a leak, but I mean, in reality, we're guys. We can take a leak anywhere. Same thing with the women's restroom, though. I haven't finished filling that in either, so. I think it's funny that the restroom looks like an old temple stuck in the side of the side of there. But yeah, the entire zoo so far is. I still have to finish the rigging on the boat and put the sails up and stuff on that. But there's the boat over there. But this whole thing used to be a flat rose field, and then I made the front sign, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to redo the entire land. So you should add Mr. Crayfish for toilets. Oh yeah, he does. That mod does add really good stuff to it too. And since we're passing through, I'm giving kind of some of the new people a little tour of the place here so they can get a look at the place. But a big shout out to all these fine people who have done a super chat of any amount during these live streams. You get your name added to the billboard of sponsors if you do. And a huge shout out to Peter, whose super chat is still active, actually, from today for being the top super chat of $250. The person who gets the top super chat at the end of the season is the person who gets to decide whether we do ZAWA Season 4 or whether we do Jurassic Craft Season 1. So, I'll be on probably tomorrow to take out some trees. Give you some time to set things up and get your revenge. But yeah, there's a bunch of little exhibits, including this is a tarantula exhibit. Big surprise, but it's a different tarantula than what we have here. There's also the scorpion ones here. You know, they're hiding back there. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of there's the welcome center, whole bunch of things around this island that are crazy. Like there's hot springs because you're in a volcanic area, so you're gonna run into those occasionally. All of this stuff though is custom terrain because this is basically a flat island, and then this area kind of comes down here, and I have to fix up this beach still. But yeah, it leads to the crab exhibits over there. So we have horseshoe crabs and then regular crabs that dance to music. Natalie, hello and welcome to the stream. How am I? I'm doing good. How are you? Gonna be doing some building here for at least the next few hours. I'm just giving some of the new people that popped in a quick little look of the zoo. If you do want to see what this place looked like beforehand, this is what the terrain used to be. Like this is what I built. This was the natural terrain right here. There's a rose field. So all of this that you're seeing up here, there's one of the hot springs too. All of this that you're seeing up here was the stuff that was built by hand. I love how you make a zoo themed and pull in those elements when you can. Yeah, exactly. Like when I saw the volcanic island, I was like, I could make this work. I was planning on doing a tropical island, and then GReimer sells planning on doing a tropical island. But then as when I found the volcanic islands here, I was like, oh, I could turn this into something. Been good. Trying to wake up. Oh, nice. Slain by a tree. Cinnamon was slain by a tarantula. This is a zebra exhibit, which we did have one of these guys escape somehow. There's Oreo. Which one are you here? Now I can jump over the fence there because it's only like these fences don't actually stop people from escaping. But on this side, it's 1.5 blocks because of the stairs, so you can't actually jump over it this way. So, which one was it? That's Treza. This is Stripes. Oreo. This guy found his way up over there. So he scaled this wall somehow and took a little vacation trip, and I found him over there. I have no idea how he got out. I've since gone back and looked at the exhibit. I have no clue. So I can jump over this with an elytra. Cinnamon, you got your stuff. Watch out, I got thorns. It hurts to hit me. Alright, so here's another hot spring with a bridge that goes over it. That seems safe. You know, I'm sure there's not some kind of liability. Everyone has to sign a waiver before they come here, basically saying you're responsible for your own health and safety and we're not liable if animals murder you or anything like that. So these guys get out all the time. Apparently reindeer can fly. This little beach here is kind of a thing. I haven't really decided what to do with it yet. But, oh, Nikolai, hi, welcome. I crept in there. I didn't even notice at first, but now I'm seeing you now. We got the giraffe exhibit right here. Up here we got the polar bear exhibit. So you can see a bunch of polar bear butts. Butt. Butt. So yeah, and then that's what a polar bear actually looks like. So yeah, we got some polar bears. This is where I have my hidey hole right now. When I'm done with the zoo, I'm just gonna block that up with 2 bits of stone, and then it's done. So Corey's in the chat. Stubborn Survival. He's my neighbor actually on this server. He's set up right over here, in this prairie that he's building a zoo in, kind of like a rustic, almost like a farmlandish zoo. He's got a wheat field right here at the beginning of it and stuff like that. Cool stuff. I'm kind of excited to see how that turns out. So this was the praying mantis exhibit, but they all suffocated in the walls. So I stopped doing that, and I put the leaf cutter ant in here, and then those guys despawned. So it's hard to keep that exhibit filled. But yeah, this whole island that was over here that we just left here is big leg spike, was all custom built. Like I said, it was all originally a flat field. So this is the build. And again, I have to finish the rigging and then put on the sails that are rolled up for the boat. So let's see, I might be your neighbor in real life. I watched. Ow! Is that cinnamon shooting at me? That's crashing the wall. I heard a arrow land. Oh yeah, that's cinnamon shooting at me. I don't want to shoot the otters. he's using human shields or animal shields. So it would be cool to get permission and tour people's zoos. Oh yeah. No, I intend on doing a zoo tour actually. I think I've showcased off ore skulls before, but I wouldn't mind going back. Some of them though, like they're doing their own series, so I'm kind of letting them do their thing, you know. I'm going to dinner in a bit. All right, take it easy, Cinnamon. I won't be on for the stream tonight. Hope it goes well though. All right, sweet Lumi, yeah, absolutely. We'll be here. Is always available to replay if you are interested in seeing what happens, or of course, I'll just jump kind of to the end of it and see what we did, or wait for the next episode. It's a free world, you know. You can do what you like. All right, so I got to bring this one up here. I got to get back to doing some building for sure because this island over here isn't finished. There is an area on the inside of the volcano which doesn't make a lick of sense, but it's Minecraft, baby. So you can just do whatever you want. But there is a path that leads through the middle of the volcano. Right here it goes in. There's a black-footed ferret exhibit right there, and then it goes in here and it comes out like somewhere over here. And that has a lot of interior exhibits too. So, let's see. Do this thing here. I'm going to try to bring this over here or something. I might want to actually bring this in like a little bit and then have it jut back out. I'm having big leg spikes making it hard to jump and place things. There we go, something like that. Skyblock Jurassic Craft, right? Not Jurassic Skyblock. Not Jurassic. There's no dinosaurs anywhere then. People keep bringing that up, like, let's do Skyblock Jurassic Craft. They're like, that's just Skyblock. There's no dinosaurs on it. Watch this Christmas video when he went back to the land of cheesy carrots and New Glarus beer. See, the mod pack developers will make it work. I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea. It's just that I don't see how it's going to happen with the current setup, you know. What what did I do there? Like, what am I working with here? Yeah, let's pop that out there. I like that shape a little bit better. Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. Sure, we'll just add a little bit like that on there. Okay. I'm trying to connect this this rock structure I had that I built bulging out a little bit here, so because it looks really cool for the path when there's some overhang, you know, to it. Plus, it gives great spots for drop creepers to come and blow you up and destroy the zoo. So I wanted to make sure I had some interesting structures and stuff with the rocks in this area. But it does need to curve back down to the slope of the volcano right here, so that's what we're working on here. But of course, the creepers be creeping. Oh, sunset. Let me get to my spot, the best sunset spot here. There you go. Oops, get your screenshots. Get the masts of the ship over there and everything. Yeah, it looks good. So Jurassic Craft is actually probably going to be fossils in archaeology. I've been asking around, and apparently that's a really good dinosaur one. So, and I fully intend on building a zoo out of it. I'm making Jurassic Park because that works so well for Hammond, right? That worked out. That was a good idea, right? Wasn't it? But I have to first finish the zoo. This one has to get done first. Now, as far as, I think there was a question early on before the stream even started where they were asking about, you know, whether everyone on the server is going to tour the zoo or whether it's just going to be Beef. To be honest, I can't guarantee Beef will tour it even because, you know, that's entirely up to him. Both the seasons before this, he toured them. One because it was his Patreon server, so he toured that one, and then the other one I asked him to, and he said yes. So like I'll ask him again and see if he wants to tour this one. This one is by far going to be the most elaborate zoo. It's taken the longest to build too. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean he's got his own life. He recently had a kid too, so you know, congrats to Beef on the new baby. I know a thing or two about that. So, yeah, kids are a handful. So, you know, I totally would understand if he is too busy. But, you know, I'll ask him again. I'll, of course, send out the invite. And this is at least a server where season 2 was a single-player world. And so we had to actually pull some strings and make a server just to get him on there, actually. So it was a lot more technical issues to get him on there, but hey, it worked. I'd say that this thing, a thing or three. Nah, kids though. Like I said, big shout out to VintageBeef, his newborn. Actually, it's been a few months. He's probably past the newborn stage, and he's on to like actual baby, like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. So yeah, he's that kid's got its baby fat now. So the first month of you know, after 1 month, the kid still looks kind of like an alien baby, and then their fat moves in, the pudge shows up, and they just turn into like little walking Michelin Man, you know. So what are you currently making him on? I'm currently making a volcano, actually. Almost got to the top of it. Landed. Got it. Yeah, we're making, this is the top of the volcano. So this is a dormant volcano, although it doesn't look that dormant. So it's not like it's got a big opening with lava and stuff in it. It's all kind of sealed up, which means it's due for a disaster. But if you look at this, yeah, it's a volcano right in the middle of this place. Now here's going to be another one. Okay, a smaller one. I explained when I was laying this out, it was episodes ago. I don't expect everyone to have seen every episode, but episodes ago I explained how this was the first volcano that was here, and when we make the caldera for this place, it's going to be collapsed on this side. So if you think about like how Mount St. Helens collapsed, or like how it erupted, it did a side eruption where like half the mountain face came rolling down and then it burst out the side. That's what's going to have happened to this eons ago. So we're gonna have this side collapse on this side here on the northern edge, and then a new caldera will have formed because of the new side eruption that eventually led to the creation of this massive volcano. So that's how these dual volcanoes came to be. This one is extremely dormant now. It's not any. There's not gonna be even smoke or anything on here, and this one is the current, more active one, you would call it. Throughout all of the exhibits here and stuff in the wilderness, you can see like these gray areas. They just look like ruins of structures and stuff. That's because they are. As the volcano erupts, you can even see some down there. As the volcano has erupted over the eons, you know, there used to be like some ancient civilization that got taken out here, so that's why the restrooms look like temples and stuff. But building a... I lose interest in building a house. I wouldn't make it far building anything as big as a mountain or a volcano. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where that's the reason why YouTube exists. You can watch other people suffer. Yeah, no, this has been a year and a half so far into this build, and it's coming along. It's coming along, and I'll get it done. Because when you look at it, I still, this island is basically finished. I do have to touch up the beach a little bit and finish the sails on the boat, but that's done then. All right, and then over here, there's a lot of foliage to do in between the exhibits, because this part I have finished right here, but obviously I'm missing the trees over here, and then all the spots where you see like bumps of green, bunch of bumps of gray between the exhibits, those all get foliage added to them. So I still need to work on that too. Then there's these live streams where I work on the terraforming, but then there's all this area over here I got to finish too. So, and finish carving out this other volcano. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. And honestly, I understand what you mean about losing interest after, you know, after like building a house. I eventually like, yeah, it's good enough. It's really you guys that keep me motivated and keep me going. Not gonna lie, like I probably would have lost interest a long time ago in making Zeus if you guys weren't watching. So, big thank you to everybody out there who's watching and who have subscribed and all that other fun jazz, and hit the like button. I didn't even put a like goal on this one. 1 second, let me do that real quick. Let me add a poll real fast here. I'm not a professional at this stuff, so we're just gonna do this like, can we get, well, aim for 30. And we're gonna give the option yes. I'm there we go, get everyone. And also yes. Okay, we'll do that. Let's see if we can reach that. Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be nuts. Lofty goal, but I like lofty goals. I'm building a zoo after all. It's encompassing 2 major islands, so whatever. Lofty goals was my nickname in college. Oh yeah, so if you are watching the stream and you haven't hit the like button, and you do enjoy watching me suffer as I build this volcano, go ahead and hit that like button. That's why I end up helping people clear forests and things. Oh yeah, I haven't even finished my base. Hey, I've lived in plenty of hobbit holes before on Minecraft servers. I've had my fair share of just holes in the ground that I lived in and just played the game a different way. You know, like where I wasn't worrying about building so much. It was more like just kind of participating in the fun stuff. In here. So yeah, what did we say at the beginning of the stream when we checked the stats? Was it like 158,000 stone I've placed so far? Something ridiculous like that. Yeah, something kind of astronomical. Insane. Getting a volcano built is grueling stuff. I think it's funny though, like I put as an incentive for people to try to compete for the top super chat the option to pick the next season, but I'm pretty sure everyone who's in the running for that is all voting for the same thing. You just wait for your friends to build a house and take it over. My house now. My husband does that. He waits for me to build something and then takes it over. Dinosaurs in space. Yeah, that is. Gotta go for a bit. Time to try. Exceptionally fail to get my kids to take a nap. You succeed, you'll hop on the server. All right. Okay, sounds good, Black Rose. Good luck with the kids. Gotta admit, I'm actually pretty decent at when it comes to putting the kids either to bed or get them to take a nap or something like that, because I basically just like slam dunk them into the crib and then they go to sleep. I'm just kidding. They like the kids, I got three boys, for those of you who are new and haven't followed the channel or something like that. I got three boys. One just turned 7 and the rest are younger than that. One of them's 2, and so yeah, we got 3 of them, 3 little GReimer army, and so yeah, I know a thing or two about kids and that fun that they present. Oh, look at that, it's raining. What if it's thunderstorming? I'm the only one on. If it's thunderstorming, I could go have some fun. It's not quite time to sleep yet. I got like another 20 minutes before I can sleep in the game, so let's just wait for a second. Get up to on top of the volcano here, because if it is thunderstorming, I want to go over here, because I don't care if supercharged creepers blow up over there. But if it is thunderstorming, I have this. GReimer's Ocean Fork. It's mending, and or it's got channeling on it, so can't believe he's 2 already. Yeah, Lucas is 2. Jacob just turned 4. We went and got him enrolled for 4K. Yeah, I don't know if I'd actually hear thunder, because I don't know if I have the weather effects turned on for that, because they scare me. So maybe we'll just wait for some mobs to spawn and then try to hit them with the Ocean Fork and see what happens. And the worst case scenario, I just have to fly away to get them to despawn and then fly back. Oh, there's a creeper right there. Let's see. Is it thunderstorming? It is not thunderstorming. Okay. Well, that answered that. So we could wait around for it to thunderstorm, but nah, I'd rather get back to building. I have had a couple of thunderstorms come through on the zoo so far. And rainbow. It's one of the best parts about sleeping and getting rid of the rain, is you get yourself a rainbow. And look at that, you can actually see the ring too. Like if you get high enough and the land kind of fades away, you can actually see it's a ring too. They did it correctly. It's exactly how it would generate like in real life. So it's cool stuff. Nice effect they had to the game, or to the shader pack. So I have an almost 4-year-old girl and an 18-month-old girl. Nice. Yep, that was one thing the wife wanted, was a girl, and well, I mean, that didn't happen. I mean, we got an army of boys instead. What can I say? My bad. It literally is my bad, I guess, right? So yeah, we got just a bunch of boys in the house. So all right, I can put the Ocean Fork back. I have actually had some thunderstorms happen. That's why I got zombie heads and creeper heads and skeleton heads and stuff. Happy birthday to your niece. Oh, my niece turned 1. Oh yeah, happy birthday to her then, Nat. That sounds amazing. Turned 1. Ooh, with a big 1.0. Big 1.0. Alright, now if I try to follow this maybe a little bit, I can kind of see it, here. Kind of where I need to go with this, so maybe... version 1.0. Kids are fun. They can be a hassle, but they're fun. Like the other day I was playing Minecraft with Oliver, my oldest, and we went into the Nether. Now, he likes playing on creative mode, like most kids do. you know, but I insist that he play on survival. He actually asked if he could come join us on the server, and I said, bud, you can absolutely do that. Just beat the Ender Dragon first. Now, the people are like, well, he's like 6. That's kind of mean. Not really, because the people on this server are, you know, obviously the patrons and stuff. They're people who are working on basically Masterpiece. Like look at Mega Grand Zoo. If you guys haven't seen Mega Grand Zoo, definitely go look into Mega Grand, because she's on the server also. And although I haven't been over there, so I'm not going to actually be able to spoil anything. But I think this is her zoo over here that she's working on, and I haven't been over there in a while, so it's like updating. Or actually, I have been over there a while ago. I'm not sure. A couple weeks ago, I dropped off a spider. But she's got all this laid out here, and she's doing her own series on her channel, Mega Grand, one word, MEGAGRAN, and yeah, she's doing some tremendously good work here. So I don't want to invite a 6-year-old that can't handle himself in survival to the server where he could go. I just want to go see the animals and see Minecraft stuff, and then he blows up half the world. You know, that would be bad. I don't actually know who's doing this right here, but it looks like there's something incredible being built there. I'm gonna have to go check that out here in a little bit. It's just east of spawn. Interesting. And then there's Ore Skull Zoo down here, which he's building in the spires, actually, in the ocean spires, the Dead Sea spires, which is kind of crazy. And then there's Tinnikin Zoo, which still has my You've Been Greimered sign on it, because I haven't been back there since. But she has her own series going on, her series as well. She's also helping me out big time with Nations and Nobles. So if you guys have not seen Nations and Nobles, please go watch that. It's a Minecraft movie I'm making, an episodic Minecraft movie. So it's not a Let's Play. It's literally like we have scripts, we act out the voices, everything like that. It's a whole story, it's a whole tale, and everything like that. I'm the guy writing it. So hopefully you guys, if it sucks, it's my fault. But yeah, if you haven't seen Nations and Nobles, go check that out. There's a playlist on it, but the live streams are mixed in with it. So if you are interested in just watching the story, just jump to the next chapter. You know, like you can skip the live streams. Live streams are us playing Minecraft, building the sets for it. So just to let you guys know, I think there's currently 6 episodes out, and there's gonna be about 12. So we're about halfway through the season. So yeah, it's an actual Minecraft movie. Now, we started making this, you know, and I was invited to the server well before they actually announced the movie, so it was just kind of a weird coincidence that that Microsoft announced it then. It's like, okay. So we're going to try to hop on the bandwagon when it comes to YouTube algorithm for that's for sure. Yeah, that's like a passion project that I'm doing right now. Okay, so that's like one of those things where I don't get very good views on it, and maybe it's because it's horrible. It could be because it's horrible. But I'd rather people go actually look at it, and then they decide that. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next, Peter. Yeah, it's the next episode is going to take a little bit. We released at the beginning of February. That was supposed to be January's episode. We had to push it back because Jelly, it was Birchie's night, the lady helping him, she had her wisdom teeth removed and she couldn't say her lines, so we had to push it back a month, or push it back a week, so that we could let her heal up and stuff before she recorded her lines. So that's why the episode was delayed. But it was supposed to be in January, which means we're supposed to be doing February's episode. But February's episode, episode 7, that's going to have a lot in it. There's a lot. That's a big episode, okay? Like a big one for the story, for everything, So it's going to be a really good one. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to try to get it done by the end of February. I'm still working on the script, actually, making sure that it's correct without any plot holes or anything in it and stuff, you know? All the dialogue's smooth. I could have dubbed for her. Actually, I did initially when I edited it. So it was just me. So like whenever she's talking to me and she's like, you know, thank you, Magic Skeleton Man, or welcome, Magic Skeleton Man, you know, like that was weird because it was just me talking to myself. But anyway, oh, I fell off. Look at that. The next episode is going to be huge, like lots of stuff. We're at the mid-season. And if you guys are following along with the monster and stuff that's in the area, that is some unknown creature that killed that farmer guy and ate him apparently right in front of his wife. Yeah, that guy, that thing, that's gonna be coming back in this next episode. So be prepared for that. Little heads up of what's coming. Not giving away too many spoilers, but it's coming back. So we haven't seen it since episode 5, and now it's coming back. There's also other people coming back in this one too. Other characters that you've been introduced to earlier in the season that are going to be in this one as well, and some familiar faces. I'm telling you, this is a big episode. Big episode. But yeah, it's a matter of getting it all written down and then getting the dialogue smooth so that it makes sense, you know, natural kind of sounding, so it's not like we're just shouting exposition at you, you know. And then of course there's the technical aspect behind it. There's a lot of there's actually visual effects in that series. I do them too. Like I'm the visual effects artist for everything so far. It's a challenge because I use After Effects, but I'm not exactly what you call a pro at it. So I am learning as I go. Years ago, back when I was in college, I did take a course on how to use After Effects, so I'm aware of like what its abilities are and stuff. Oh, I'm falling off. The lights are activated and just kind of launch me right off the edge. So I'm dangerous with it, but I'm not like a pro by any means. Okay. For those of you who have watched this series so far, do you guys have a favorite episode? I like getting feedback, you know, figure out which ones people liked and which ones people didn't like. I know what my favorite episode is. Actually, it's the easy one for me, but that's from a narrative standpoint. It's just a really awesome episode. Okay, I think that part's good there. Got that all connected together now. Alright, I gotta do another, basically, ring to kind of build up to again, so that's working out pretty good by kind of wireframing it as I go. Looks like it's getting nighttime again. Creepers be creeping and all. I thought that bit where you were like, guys, I'm a living skeleton was the funniest thing I've seen in a while. Oh yeah, that was episode 3. So nobody actually like pointed out that I'm a skeleton, you know, because if you look at me, I'm a skeleton, you know, like that's what I am. I'm the Grim Reaper. So, but nobody actually called that out like in the series when I showed up, like hello, you know. So I kind of address it in a little bit of a goofy way. They just kind of took it at face value, like, hey, he's a skeleton, I guess. But yeah, I'm the one who ends up bringing it up, and everyone else just kind of like the line that Ori delivers. I think was the best part because yeah, I just flat out tell him, you guys do know I'm a skeleton, right? And then there's this awkward silence, and Ori just whispers to like Blue next to her, like, I wasn't gonna be the first one to point it out. Like they all knew. It's just they felt weird addressing it. The episode where you found Quinn, that was actually okay. So here's a really creepy part. Right, here's a creepy story for you guys. And those of you who are actually, I don't know if I shared this with the Discord even. I shared it with the Nations and Nobles Discord, so it was just too creepy. So when the characters were named Quinn and Hazel in the series, those were the names that the voice actresses that are playing them picked out. I just said, hey, you guys name your own characters. You know, whatever you want to be called, we'll go with that. So that's what they picked. They picked Quinn and Hazel. And so I was like, all right, that's what they are. Ta-da, easy. You know me, I'm bad at naming things, so that's what we're going to go with. So, I like all the episodes. I'm not picky. That's good to hear. So, these animals probably think they've died and been reaped and now are being put into zoo heaven. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a Grim Reaper building him exhibits. They probably do think they died. But yeah, so Tinnikin and Maddie are the voice actresses that are playing Quinn and Hazel respectively, and they got to pick out their own names, and so that's not the end of the story though. That's just kind of cool. It's fun, you know. But last week or a couple days ago, I was filling out the Valentines for Oliver for his class. You know, so that he had Valentines for everyone in his class, and there are 2 girls in his class named Quinn and Hazel. And I was like, that's weird, you know, and it's just strange. They're listed right next to each other too. I'm like, that is so bizarre. And on top of it, there's another girl in his class named Elise, which isn't exactly a very common name. But it's weird because in real life, that's actually my sister's name. So that's another weird thing. And then just to top it all off, because why not? My sister Elise had a lot of trouble growing up because people would mispronounce her name and call her Elsie all the time. And yeah, there's an Elsie in his class too. So yeah, so it's just weird. So I was reading through the names like, this is just bizarre. Like, should I buy a lottery ticket or something? What does this mean? You know, like. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Peter. Yeah, that really was. Thank you, Peter, again for the 250. That was insane. You are definitely the top dog at the moment. So, and you know, who knows? Maybe it'll stick the entire season. We do have a lot of season ahead of us, though. Like, just to give you a heads up, fair warning. You know, like, look at this. There's all this to do still. So, yeah. And there's some crazy people out there. I bet your world felt very small and strange at that moment. Which one? Which moment? Oh yeah, when I was reading the names. Yeah. It was very weird. I was sitting there like, I don't know how to interpret that. That's just bizarre. So weird. A big old leg spike right there. Ooh, there's this part right here I gotta fill in too. Big old chunk I missed. Is there another one or? No, I think we're good. Oh, stone. 158,000 stone placed in this so far. This is definitely a marathon build. You know, there is an idea floating out there for, like, when I was thinking about or as I was nearing the end of Season 2 for ZAWA, I was thinking about what I was going to do for Season 3. And I thought about the idea of doing a multiplayer server with, like, patrons and stuff, and that's what we ended up doing, you know? There is an idea floating out there for Season 4 of ZAWA. I don't really want to go into it because I don't know if it's going to be a thing. I just want to let you know that there is some thought. There's some thought given to Season 4 as far as what it could be. and I think you guys will really, really like it if it actually works out. But I don't know if it's going to. It's just a thought right now. That's why I'm not getting into it like really deep and telling you any of the details, because I don't know. I don't know if it's actually even going to be a thing. But if it happens, boys, that can be cool. What's not going to be cool is all the mobs that are going to spawn underneath here, though, from me not lighting this up. I don't have enough torches. It looks like it's gonna connect like right there. I hear lava. Okay, so this is better already. I mean, at least once this gets completely covered, mobs won't just infest it. Nope, I think I'm lighting up areas that don't need to be lit up. It's all right. Hey. Okay. Good. 7 torches left. Plenty. I'm gonna have to go grab more coal. Actually, I think that's what I ran out of. Okay, it's good. Building custom terrain is rough. Like, this is a rough experience, you know? It is never easy to do. Especially when you're building a mountain. Block by block, you're building a mountain. Jeepers. Oh, and for those of you who do follow the channel, you know that occasionally I put out music. Like, I'll have it produced. I'm a producer. I'm not a musician. I am bad at that. So I'm the guy who shells out the money to get it made. But I'm not the guy that actually makes it. I'm not an artist actually in that sense. But then I'll also take it and make like a music video out of it, and I'm the guy who does all the editing and stuff for it then. So, but yeah, there is going to be another song releasing here based on one of the series coming up here, and I gotta admit, it is probably my favorite one so far. So far, my favorite one has been the Planet Crafter one, the Let's Make It Stupid. I think this beats it. I really do. I genuinely think this beats it. It is that good. So, I absolutely love it. Like, I've been binging it over and over, trying to think if this is what I want to release. Is this good? And yeah, I think it is. I think I've settled on it. And plus, I also listen to songs on repeat to try to think about how I'm going to make the music video. You know, because obviously if I'm going to be making a video on our music video on the whole thing, I'm going to need to know exactly what shots to get and stuff. So a lot of times I'll listen to it a lot to try to think, okay, if I did something like that, that'll work. Yeah. And all the songs they release are gaming related, so it's not like I just make music and sprinkle it in with the gaming stuff and then say, yeah, it's totally different things, but whatever, you know. It's no, it's all gaming related. The last one we did was a parody of Right Round by Flowrida, but it was all about Terraria. It's called Dig Down. That one got copyright struck. So it's actually listed as sharing, so I probably should update the description to be a little bit more accurate on that thing. But it's listed as sharing, meaning I only get a portion of the ad revenue from that, and I can confirm it isn't a lot. But But yeah, I still uploaded it anyway, regardless, even after the copyright thing popped up, because I originally didn't. I let it sit for a couple of weeks. You know, I uploaded away because I was like, this is a parody song. I bet you this is gonna get dinged, you know, and yeah, it did eventually. So, but apparently, I think what happened, and I was looking at the copyright claim on it. They were claiming the melody of it. Like, which I had to go look up the definition. What is a melody? You know, what's specifically that? Why not just say the song is copyright? You know, and I was like, well, it's a parody, and parodies are covered. You know, you can do parodies. Well, the reason why I think they still got it is because a parody is, I think, when you take the actual music and you just redo like the voice work on it. In the song I did, we recreated the music, and almost like it was a cover, and because it wasn't exactly the same, but it did have the melody, which is the series of notes in it, they copyrighted the melody, which maybe that's just like really like semantics or something like that, and they just wanted the easy extra money or something, probably. But in reality, it's like, I think that's what it was. It was because we didn't actually use the song is the reason why I got copyrighted. If had I used the actual song, I think like the actual music in the song, and not changed anything about it, then it probably would have been fine as a parody. But oh well, I was trying to avoid that actually, but turns out that, yeah, I think you're supposed to just literally use their music when you do a parody. But I disputed it. They still claimed it, and then I didn't want to push it any further because ultimately it's one video, you know, and it only has a few thousand views. And so it's funny though how whenever I'm not actually the one getting all the ad revenue for it, YouTube seemed to push that a lot. Like, it's constantly getting impressions, way more than any of my my other videos, like way more. So either it was such a great topic that YouTube is like, this is an important video, or something else is going on there. Which, I mean, it is. I can't exactly say that it is nefarious when you think about it, because I mean, it is kind of a funny concept. You know, it's a Flow Rider's right wrong, but it's all about Terraria. It's not a bad concept for a video. So maybe it literally is just getting picked up by the algorithm because it is interesting. So I don't know. Let you guys decide that, you know. The day in the life of a YouTuber. Usually I don't really have to worry too much about copyright stuff. Sometimes I do get a little notification saying something is, and I'll look into it. And oftentimes it's a mistake. It's not actually anything. It was like an automated system or something that popped up. I did like my Spider-Man playthrough, my Miles Morales playthrough I did. Got copyright, like half the videos got a copyright claim on them. And I looked into it, and it was actually another YouTuber claiming it was his because they played the same game. And I was like, no, that's your playthrough, dude. This is mine. And so I disputed that and pointed out the differences and how it wasn't his footage and stuff. And because like oftentimes we weren't even wearing the same Spider-Man outfit. He had subtitles on and a webcam. You know, I didn't. So it's noticeable differences, things that would be nearly impossible or almost impossible to recreate. In fact, it's just easier to just play the game on your own rather than rip someone else's footage. So that got cleared up pretty quickly then. So I think that was just an automated thing that just kind of was freaking out. There was another one. Actually, a Nations and Nobles episode got a hit. Episode 5. And that, by the way, is my favorite one. Episode 5 is my favorite. The one where we find the temple underground. And we find the location where we're going to build our nation. That's my favorite episode. But that got hit also because of the music that was used in when we entered the temple. And when I looked at it, they were saying that it was this song that it just wasn't. And so I searched as much as I could to try to find the song they were claiming it was to see if there's some similarities or whatever. I could not find it. I have no idea what they were even claiming. And so eventually I just disputed it because I actually did have rights to use that, the audio there, because it's from a different website, which I paid for so that I could have the commercial rights for it to use that audio. And then I listed exactly where I got the music from, or the noise, or the sounds from and stuff, and provided everything where it came from, and claimed I had the rights because I was, you know, paying subscriber and stuff, and so that got cleared up right away too. So by the end of the day, that one was dropped too. So like a lot of times it's just mistakes, just people having hiccups. I'd like to think of it that way too, because I mean it is entirely possible that some people are trying to claim stuff so they can nickel and dime off of people's content who didn't, you know, they didn't do it. They're trying to abuse the system. That's probably going to get them in a lot of trouble with YouTube over if they try to keep getting away with it if they do that, because that'll get you in big trouble on YouTube if you try to do that, abuse the copyright system. But I choose to believe that it's just somebody made a mistake, you know, or they have an automated bot of some kind that monitors and says, hey, this looks similar to yours, just claim it because it might be yours, and then if it's not, the person will dispute it, or something along the lines. I don't even know if those things exist, if a bot like that exists, but yeah, it's pretty shady though if you are just claiming things hoping that the person doesn't dispute it out of fear of ramifications, which there used to be. They've changed things on YouTube a little bit, and this is a very positive change in my opinion here. It used to be that if you disputed something and the claimant upheld it, like what I did with the dig down video, then your channel got hit with a copyright strike. Okay, like that seemed a little odd to me. Like if somebody were to claim something is theirs and then they just declare that no, it is theirs, even if it isn't, your channel gets penalized for it. You know, like what if you genuinely thought that was legitimately okay to use, and this is just an honest mistake? You're getting punished, you know. So I like the way they do it now, where basically you can dispute anything, and if the claimant upholds it, they uphold it, and that's just the way it is. Now, if you genuinely feel like this is absolutely not true, that the claimant is not being honest on the thing, you know, or you absolutely have the rights to this, you know, you can then appeal that decision, and if the appeal gets upheld, like in a still in favor of the claimant, then you get the copyright strike. So you can dispute things all you want. So that's why, like, I disputed the dig down video, and they said no, it still is ours. It's copyright claimed under the melody. And so that's why I was like, okay, what does melody specifically mean? I thought they were talking about just the song, because I was like, this isn't their song. Flow Rider isn't the one. Flow Rider isn't singing about, you know, the Space Dolphin machine gun and stuff like that, and digging through the ground. That's not what the song is about. You know, I was like, this just isn't it. But when I looked at the definition of melody, it said a series of notes, and I was like, so that's what it is. I got it. So I didn't appeal it because, one, again, it's only like a couple dollars, and two, it's I think I understand now what they were actually claiming, and that it was actually the series of notes that I had in my own song that I was using that was the same as Flow Rider's Right Round, which it was supposed to be. Again, I should have just used the original, like a karaoke version of the music, and then just changed the words in there, and then it probably would have been fine. But this is what you do. You live and you learn. Remember, like, when I was doing live streams before and they ran past 12 hours? Because if you're new around here, I do a lot of long streams. But I've had several of them go past 12 hours. And I learned the hard way that YouTube doesn't save, you know, your video after 11 hours and 55 minutes. So the replay stops then. So some of the streams I have out there just stop at 11 hours and 55 minutes. There's the Hogwarts Legacy one. There's even a couple of ZAWA ones. There was the Alien Isolation one, which is the one I figured it out on. You live and you learn, and then you go diving into like the terms and uses and all the little fine print of YouTube, and you find that one paragraph that says, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is not gonna save it past 12 hours." You're like, okay, so they still stream. Like you'll still be able to stream, but they won't save the replay. So, all parts of living and learning. So, Peter's saying that was a really good one too. Yeah, the episode 5 in Nations and Nobles, that's my favorite one because of how narratively it just works. It's cross cut between Hazel's origin story and Quinn and mine continuing adventure to find a place to settle down to build our nation. So, and then at the end they obviously meet up, because otherwise it'd be kind of weird if you were showing these stories and they didn't meet up. Riskier, howdy. Welcome to the stream. It's getting nighttime. Creepers be creeping. I gotta be taking a power nap here real quick. Still building the volcano here. Working on the base of it. That tangent I just went on, that rambling I just went on for a while. It's also funny because it paired so well with Baloo. Baloo's episode that same week. What did he do? What was his episode that week? I know his story he's doing with telling the kid his adventures of how he became the world's greatest adventurer. But I'm trying to remember what he did specifically that week. I know since then, like Van's most recent episode, he actually stumbled upon the ruins of Quinn's old homestead. That I thought was interesting. He was also in a temple. Oh yeah, that's the one where he was trying to find like the golden clock or something like that. Yeah, yep. He got trapped in that temple. I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen it. So far, we have several nobles actually on the server, but some people are having some in real life issues, and they're probably gonna be stepping away for a little bit. But of the people who are remaining, there's like five people that are still like rock solid making content, and as far as on their working on their episodes, they're still knocking it out of the park. So I'm kind of excited to see where these people go with their stories. I know Birchie is one of them, and Birchie's story, the idea that he has in mind is fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that one. It's not just him settling down and growing golden carrots. There's more to it there. So I know Baloo's got a very interesting story ahead of him too. So be prepared for that. Or he's doing her thing in the Nether, which is going to be kind of crazy. So yeah, everyone who's involved has got some really good stuff. Van's off in the end. And then there's me. In the woods by a mountain someplace. I'm always working on mountains. Whales. Okay, so how's this looking anyway? Have we done anything? In all this rambling I've been doing, have we done anything? Yeah. There's a spot over there I gotta... maybe not. That's just different blocks. But I'd say yeah. With a solid question mark. I still gotta finish this right here. Oh. Landed it. Right here. I gotta fill this in. But I'd say, yeah, there's some good progress to be made here on the volcano. Van and Ori's stuff is cool just for being such unexpected terrains. Yeah, it's true, yeah. Working in the end and then working in the Nether. Both of those two will be making an appearance again in my series coming up. The thing about Nations and Nobles, the series that I got going on, is it is kind of a cool story with a monster and me trying to work in this new land and stuff, but it is absolutely called Nations and Nobles. It's not called GReimer's Cool Adventure. All the stories are so cool. Yeah, they are. It's not called GReimer's Cool Adventures and the things that GReimer's does. It's Nations and Nobles is what I'm actually calling the series, which is the name of the server. And so at the beginning of the season, there's some issue with kind of like struggling to find a good connection point from last season into this one and stuff. And as far as what the story was going to be and why I was there and all that other stuff like that, like there's other than just being invited in real life, like how I got there, why I was even there, all this stuff like that. Basically finding my reason for being in Nations and Nobles, I had to get a little creative and come up with some stuff. And in the end, kind of what I got going on is sort of like the main story on the server. Like everyone's doing their thing and everyone's got their own contributions and stuff to making the server come to life. But when you're talking about like what's driving the actual story forward on the server, it's gonna be in Avondale. So that's where it's really kind of coming from. So the things that happen, I've actually got like two separate stories kind of going on at the same time in my series. There's what I'm doing in Avondale, and then there's the things that are going on the server. So something to keep an eye out for when you're watching. is that not everything is geared completely towards this monster that we have that we're facing, or just us developing a nation. A lot of times it does cross over with other nobles, as you see recently with Baloo, who's on his way to Avondale with me currently in the season. And yeah, and like I said, Ori and Van are going to be coming back at a later part in the season as well. So almost everyone's involved. Basically, if people's story, I just couldn't figure out a way to actually tie it into mine and make it seem natural and entertaining. I wasn't able to. So like I know Grizz, for example, he's doing his stuff with the mall, you know, that he's designing, and he's like being obsessed with greed and whatnot. I couldn't. The reason why he hasn't really made an appearance in the series is because I just couldn't figure out how I'm supposed to connect that to what I'm doing. Like needing to find. Oh yeah, the food thing was interesting. It was so interesting. Like needing to find food. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you notice. Something that this is way different compared to everyone else's, all the other nobles that are making this stuff. When I write things, I write them like I am telling you a story that is set in Minecraft, whereas a lot of them are making episodes and lore videos of them in Minecraft trying to tell you a story, like playing Minecraft while trying to tell you a story. It's not really at any point where I'm seeing myself as playing Minecraft. It's more like this is just the reality I live in. And this is the world that we find ourselves in. I mean, it is Minecraft, you know. But so, like food, for example, we were running out of food in the developing nation, and Birchie specialized in it. So that's why I went to Birchie's kingdom to go get food. But in reality, if you're playing Minecraft, you can just get food from just about anywhere. You know, like we had a river right next to us. We could have just fished in that. Crops, we talk about how the crops, we just started sowing the fields for crops. Well, I mean, crops in Minecraft don't take that long to grow, so like you really aren't going to run out of food. So if I looked at it as like Minecraft, then that wouldn't be an obstacle. That's nothing basically. In fact, a lot of the things you can deal with in there are really simple and easy to fix, but my character doesn't see the world as Minecraft. He sees the world as like this is the world you live in. So it's kind of a weird thing. So I don't know. When you sort of resigned yourself to being in Nations and Nobles and not being able to get back to ZAWA, the pathos was palpable. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the point of episode 2, breaking down the episodes that are currently out. At least I can talk openly about them. I don't want to spoil the future stuff, but yeah, that was true. The episode 2, I was basically homesick. I was here in this new world. I start off the series in Nations and Nobles here at the zoo. So if you guys are enjoying this content, this is where it started. And then yeah, I ended up finding myself on accident in this other world with these other people, these nobles. And so I was trying to figure out basically immediately, how do I get back? And the answer, was basically you don't. You might as well get used to being here. And so after that, I kind of resigned myself to the fact that I wasn't going to be able to get back, and I have to make this my new home instead. And so I started putting effort and investment into actually making sure that this place could become a home as well. So planning on I wanted to get off the island. I wanted to go start a new nation myself and whatnot. So time to get to work, basically. I need to get to work. But at first, I was just trying to figure out how to get back to this place. So I wasn't done here. So obviously, I'm still here. So derp, you're watching the live stream. But yeah, in Nations and Nobles, effectively I'm not. So, but you guys are gonna get the biggest kick out of the ending of that season. By the way, I already know how this wraps up. It's all kind of plotted out already. I just have to bring it to life. I have to get the scripts written. I have the bullet points of what I'm supposed to do and what I gotta hit, and what's gonna happen. There's some crazy fun twists coming for not only my series but other people's series too. But this season is, let's just say it's dialed it up to 11 compared to last season. So if you guys enjoyed last season, if you were a follower of Nations and Nobles last season, this is gonna blow your mind. Fell off. This is gonna blow your mind coming up here. There's a creeper. There's gunpowder right there. Okay. Balls. Balls. Oh, balls. Alright, so yeah, I didn't put lights here. Okay. Looks like it's turning nighttime again, so creepers be creeping also. I gotta be getting to sleep here. Yeah, but do not miss episode 7. Oh my gosh, you are if you've been watching the series and you wanna stay up to beat as to what's going on, do not miss episode 7. Holy cow, it's gonna be an important one. Alright, we're getting near the base of this thing. It's getting a wider path here, so it's taking longer to finish these parts, but we're getting there. This part probably needs... Actually, I probably can leave a lot of torches here so that things don't spawn, but I need to fill this up too because this looks kind of like crap. There, that looks better. Yep, path is still nice and narrow. Yes, and it's kind of funny how the whole Nations and Nobles thing played out because they had their goals that they were going to do for the server. You know, like they wanted everybody to be on the island for the first couple months. Because of the collabing and the interactions and stuff like that. And from a person who's writing like a narrative story, I'm like, well, how do I? Because I would actually want to try to get out of there basically because I wouldn't want to waste time when I have things I got to be doing. Is there a zombie underground? I think there's a zombie underground. I wouldn't want to be wasting too much time there when there's things I got to do. So what can I do on the island basically while I'm waiting to get off of there? You know. That became my dilemma from a writing standpoint, and I mean I think it turned out all right. I basically used the island as like an Act 1 to introduce the characters and stuff like that, but I had to kind of have a mini Act 1 as soon as we left because we established basically Act 1 in storytelling. If you guys don't know, Act 1 is how you establish the norm. You set forth the standards for what the world is like. In your story, so people know just what's going on, what a day-to-day, day in and day out moment in time for a person living in this world would be like. You know, that's what Act 1 is like, so that people know going forward what to expect in this world. You know, and so I had to come up with something like that, and I used basically the island as an Act 1. You get to meet a lot of characters and stuff. Now, the reason why it was one of those things where it wasn't like I was just leaving the island and then you never see any of the nobles again. You know? Like, I could have done that. I could have done an entire story where it was just me out on this place and we're isolated, and it could have made for an interesting story, too, because you think about isolation with this monster around and stuff. It could be actually really creepy. But no, I didn't. I brought the nobles back in because they're shown in Act 1. They're shown on the island. And so I don't really like the idea of wasting the audience's time. You're never really supposed to do that when you're storytelling. So when you're watching stuff, it's not filler. You know, like there's really no filler in Nations and Nobles because everything takes so much time to make. It's all narrative driving. It drives the story forward at all times. That's why every episode is significant because it's something that pieces the story and brings it forward. So we're well into Act 2 right now, which is more where you're developing the conflict. So obviously we have an issue with some monster being out there. So that's kind of a conflict within the nation, you know. And so there's also some questions that haven't really been answered, like as far as the temple we discovered, what the heck was that? Why was that one room like pristine while the other parts were falling apart? What's up with the book of parallel realities that was found? There's a lot of questions that are going floating around that get answered by the end of the season, obviously, but all of it is, you know, all part of Act 2, where you build the development. So we're never getting the Nations and Nobles director cut because it's all on screen. Basically, yeah. I mean, the director's cut. I am the director, so you're getting it already. I mean, you will get a blooper reel. I'm keeping those as I go through. Starting in episode 4, I started keeping some bloopers. Mainly, actually, it's in episode 3, but I accidentally got rid of it when I was erasing some footage. So, starting episode 4 or 5, one of them, you get some bloopers. So, and they're pretty funny. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of flood lines and stuff. It's scripted, you know. So, and none of us are professional voice actors, really. I don't think. I think like Birchie and Jelly have done some stuff, but that's about it. Yeah. Like me, I've never done any of that stuff. I'm just some dude writing it, you know, like a guy who plays video games, builds zoos and stuff. That's me. Trying to get this to blend seamlessly in with what's currently here. So then people will be walking down here and they'd have this tall mountain on the side right there. I really do hope people like Nations and Nobles. So like, and if you guys haven't given it a shot, please go to. And the episodes are not very long. I think the longest one is like 15 minutes. The first one's only 6. Like they're not very long episodes. But I hope you guys enjoy that. There are some guest appearances too. Like Nebris already made an appearance. The guy that does I do the Two Dudes series with. He's one of the Mindcrackers. Yeah, he's had a voice credit in there as well because he showed up to play good old Barry before Barry died. Spoiler. So actually, it's not much of a spoiler. That episode is out, so hopefully you guys have seen that. Here's an example, though, of what I mean when I say that I see it as, like, the world that I'm in rather than playing Minecraft. In other people's episodes, you see people get killed by the ocean guardians, the guardians guarding the ocean monuments. And they just explode and drop their stuff and whatnot. But in my series, the way I'm doing it, death is permanent. Like, it's like a hardcore series. Think of it like that. Whereas other people's nights, not so much. And no, we never really clearly define what that would be, like what it means and stuff like that. But everyone's telling their own stories. They can tell it however they wish, you know. So they're gonna find some parts that probably don't quite mesh very well like that. You know, like this person died, but for some reason GReimer's really concerned about that. You know, he shouldn't be because in this world it looks like it's fine. Well, you can't really take the aspects from other people's stories too much into like what I'm doing. So you're gonna have some parts that maybe don't quite line up with other people's stories because that at this point we're just basically having everyone do their own thing and tell a story however they wish. So yeah, you might run into things like that. Like for me, the ocean monument guys, the guardians, they're not supposed to kill you at all. Remember, they teleport you back to the island. That's what was established in Baloo's episodes, and so that's what I carried on into mine. Except for Blue shows things first person and I show them third, so it was much more of a pain for me to do it. because whereas he can just do a simple edit to his video and all of a sudden he's back on the island, I have to show myself getting teleported back. That's a little different. Hopefully I did it okay enough that you guys get the idea. It's episode 3 when all that happened. A lot of After Effects involved in that, so that was actually really fun, though. I'm not even upset about that. Like when something like that happened, when Blue pointed that out about how they're going to do that. I was like, ah, crap. Because I knew I was going to have to. I knew I was going to have to do that. I knew how much work that was going to be, but it's not even something that upsets me because it's one of those things like I see it as a kind of like a challenge, you know? And I'm like, how do I make this come to life? Like, I got to do it, so how do I do it? And so then you come up with an idea and you try it, and if it works, you keep going, and voila. Again, I apologize for the rambling, but this really does help me just kind of pass the time as I'm placing stone. I don't think today is going to be like a 12-hour live stream or anything like that, though. Cinnamon's back. Let's give him a solid wave. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't see this being like a 12-hour stream or something today because mainly I do have a nice quiet house, so I could go for a while. But because I have a quiet house, I want to make sure I get time to go do like recordings for other episodes or other series and stuff too. I don't want to neglect my other series, so I could probably start building up Planet Crafter episodes to live it here, which they just released Quality of Life. Okay, I have a theory. I think somebody in the Planet Crafter development team there is watching my videos. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't. I mean, please do. But I think that they are. I think they genuinely are. And maybe those of you who are fans of that series might agree with me, actually, because did you notice some things about that quality of life update? I mean, there's the obvious one. They gave you an option to turn off the tool petting thing. So, because you see me constantly making fun of that in my series about how my character has a problem. He can't stop petting his tool. No, the rambling's good. It's fun. Oh my gosh, Cinnamon's back. The updates to Planet Crafter. Did you guys notice them? Like, did you notice there's the tool petting thing, the option? That's something I kind of always talk about. The reason why I don't use a vehicle, and everyone keeps telling me I should, is because I don't like the way it drives. It's very difficult to handle. It's always constantly, it's like slower to take the vehicle. I'd rather just, fly to places instead. And seen so far, yeah, working on it now. He intentionally missed me. Wink, wink. They updated the vehicle, the way it handles. It doesn't collide with small rocks. It doesn't. The physics they changed up a little bit. Stuff like that. I'm like, hey, you guys watching my stuff? Earlier, one of their other updates that they did, they made it so that foundations can be built into rocks instead of just ground. Like if there's a rock in the way, you can build a foundation to it. That was one of my complaints about it. I said, they should at least make the foundations be able to be placed into rocks so that you can at least build on top of them then, And then they did that. They did that while I was in mid-season too. I actually went and corrected my foundation then. As like, I think someone's watching. I think so. I think I am. I can see my forest from up here. Yeah, we have great render distance, Try not to fall into the elephant exhibit. I'm going to try to fill this part in now next here. Get this done. So we're actually good here. This is finished. And yeah, I think I did a decent job at the curvature of the place. It's not actually perfect, but I think nothing really is around here. It's supposed to be just natural geological kind of structure. So it's a great quality of life update there. It is, actually. I'm really looking forward to actually binging some stuff. I do have one episode recorded before that quality of life came out, and so people are, oh my god, people are going to eat me alive. So in the in the latest episode, I kind of missed the tier 2 lockers that were like right there. They were like right there in front of me. I didn't see them, and then what's worse is I have another episode in the chamber basically recorded already, so I'm not going to see them in the next one. So yeah, like I said, people are gonna eat me alive for that one, but it is what it is, I'll see it eventually. Now here's the question I have though: is which one should I do? Should I do the tier 2 lockers or should I keep pushing for the drones? Because the drones are really, really helpful. I hear a witch somewhere above me. Where is she? Still above me. Tearing this whole thing apart for no real reason. Trying to find her. Oh, she's down this level. There she is. Yeah, park is closed. Get out of here. Where'd you spawn? Probably up there. So yeah, the reason why I'm trying to prevent mob spawns in here is that when people are walking through the park, like the mobs won't really be able to get out from here. But the reason why I'm trying to prevent them is that when people are walking through the park, they won't hear things like that in the walls. You know, they won't hear the "ha." Cinnamon's parked here. I think I might have to grab my balls for this one. Alright, I'm out of torches, out of coal and everything, so that's gonna have to be enough right now. This is what we worked on, I think, last live stream, was this area. I built that whole roof there, I was like, that's way too tall, and then I built another one right here. So yeah. That's right here is where I came in. Alright, let's keep on building here. I suppose I could probably bridge this across here too. Kind of like what I was doing with that other part. That other part turned out pretty good. Better than what the part over the aviary did. So I think this will be good to just kind of keep doing that. Like making rings of land, you know? Like, well, wireframe. That's what I should be doing anyway. But making like rings of land to the other spots, like over here. Like something like that. And then we continue that down. Build this up however we want then. So, I get a shot at you, but then I saw the elephant. Yeah, don't kill the elephants. In fact, don't take a shot at me at all. I'm in the middle of building. The hit is complete, or it's done. I wasn't even hit anyway, I was bit. Oh, I did not mean to fall down there. Sometimes the elytra activates weird at weird times. Can I just yeet? Alright. Kinda. My revenge is not... You gotta get somebody to pay you to take me out. I'm not actually hunting you down. I'm doing a contract. It's different. Yeah, the elephants. The Asian elephant exhibit. 'Tis a good one. Stretching. Yeah. Now we're just past 2 hours on the stream. Not bad. Still only running on just a single cup of coffee. I don't even have Pop-Tarts here. Or do I have any? I have a box. I have a box that doesn't have any Pop-Tarts in it, though. I'm so jacked though to like bring you guys the Next Nations and Noble stuff though. It's gonna be so good. you guys caught the latest episode, you saw. Just wait till you see my. No pops. I know. How could I? Yep. When I get around to making it, I cannot wait to actually send it. I cannot wait to see your elephant exhibit. So. But yeah, the Nations and Noble stuff that's coming out. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Oh. It has to connect up to there. Huh. Well, this needs to be steeper. Well, we're just going to leave what I have already here, and we're just going to build on top of it. So let's actually get like a... Come on, Elytra, let me do my thing. You know what, we're just going to take that off for a second, because that thing is jacking me up big time, more than it is helping. Okay, so that's connecting pretty good there. Yeah, getting pretty close. I'm eyeballing it again, so pretty good at eyeballing it would seem. Not freeballing. Remember, we made that determination earlier. Okay, looks like it's getting nighttime, so. Do I need to DoorDash you some? It's tempting. It's very tempting, actually. Very tempting. Let's bring this up like right here. Okay, I can probably connect this all together now. Okay. So that's the shape that I gotta do. Pretty steep edge right there. Waste not. Got it. Okay, jump down a little bit. Put another section on here. Okay, and this just connects over to here then. Peter, can you give your immense wealth to just eat some KFC? It's a food delivery service. No, he already gave immense wealth. I can totally get some food with what he already did. It's just a matter of getting out and going and getting it. Ugh. which I'll do here after the stream most likely. So, but not yet because we still got more to build here. Ooh, this is actually getting closed in. This is getting pretty close to done over here too. So that means that this entire side, this from like this to right about here, is all done on the volcano then. It's crazy to think about. As far as the stonework, as far as decorating, we haven't even started on it yet. Yeah, I do plan on decorating this volcano. Oh, I mean, basically, Cinnamon wants some food. I'm hungry. Well, I didn't see Black Rose get on the server, so I take it the whole putting the kids down for a nap thing didn't go so well. Or something did not go as planned. I wouldn't mind getting a torch in there, but I don't have any. What I should do is go make some more torches. Just go grab some more of that stuff real quick. Hungry for vengeance. Could always eat worms like what I'm doing. It's always a possibility. Alright, coal. I have a couple bits of coal ore here, and I have a few bits of coal here that I might be able to use. Maybe restock on balls while I'm here, too. Rockets are doing alright, so that's fine. Sticks. Coal. Make myself some torches. Do we have more sticks in here? Oh yeah, we got more sticks in here. Sweet. Alright, so restocked on coal. We got torches. We're good. Law, order. Thank you for keeping track of the place. I've flown out of that cave once or twice. Or like a family bucket with a Thanks. He's ordering food in the chat. Yeah, this is looking alright. This will work. This will work. Like I said, this whole section above the aviary kind of looks derpy because it's kind of got this bump right here, this bulge thing. But whatever. I think it's fine. I'll put lava flows down either side of it. It'll make sense. Yeah. Falling down a mountain. Ah. I gotta tell you. The girl I'm chatting to has pizza as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's the worst too. It's like when you're hungry and somebody else is like, man, I'm enjoying this delicious whatever, you know? Like fill in the blank. So I think last stream I mentioned that there's this channel out there, and I don't know the guy, so it's not like I'm talking about it just because he's a friend of mine or anything like that. But there's a channel out there called Chat Music where the person, you know, takes comments from videos and stuff like that, and he turns them into a song, and it's usually like really offensive stuff. But so it's done as like a roast for the most part, you know. You guys made me hungry, and I'm just lurking. Nice. Corey wants to get some food. Corey, you getting on here to build your zoo? Look at you got your zoo just right over here, just waiting, just chilling for you. Let's see. I just came home from Africa this week. Yeah. There's pictures that Cinnamon shared in our Discord that were fantastic. Bunch of animals. But this chat music, whatever, such a fun channel I've ever seen. Yeah, they've put out a song with some of the there's some horrible leg spikes there with the new trailer for the Snow White live action thing, and it's been just destroying it. It's just been brutal. Like the movie has got a lot of controversy around it, and a lot of bad press because of like a lot of the comments the lead actors made and stuff. It's a disaster. The fact that they didn't cast people with like dwarfism for the roles because they didn't want to stereotype or something, which all that did was just any actor out there who has dwarfism just lost out on on a role for Disney. Like that wasn't a good thing. That was a bad thing. And so they a lot of a bad PR around that movie as it's coming out. So the comments section, plus it's got over 1 million downvotes. The trailer, yeah, it's I'm stuck out at sea at the moment. Oh, that's crazy. The trailer itself has over 1 million downvotes. It's one of the most hated videos on YouTube. So if that doesn't say anything, so yeah, so they made a song bashing the Snow White trailer, and it was so popular it got like 3 million views or something that they ended up making 2 more parts, and they just released part 3 I think like yesterday or something, or 2 days ago, and it's brutal. It is brutal. Disney is not making decent films. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part, that I would agree with that. They're not doing that great. Like, it's sad because they used to make some incredibly good films, and now, yeah, a lot of stuff has been pretty bad. But hey, think of it this way: it can only go up. It can only get better. So hopefully they do some course correcting on a lot of script writing and stuff like that, and make some better stuff. Script writing, and I think they might want to go take a look at who's actually producing this stuff. Obviously Disney is, but who, as far as who at Disney is producing this stuff, because some of the casting choices have been pretty bad. An example would be the Snow White one. They got Gal Gadot to play the evil queen. Now, remember, Snow White, right? Okay. Snow White, the evil queen, is supposed to be jealous of Snow White because she's the fairest of them all. She's the most beautiful, right? And you get someone like Gal Gadot, who's gorgeous, playing the evil queen. That's miscast right there. It's called, you don't get someone who's hands down the hottest person in the film to play the evil queen. Because then you cast somebody to play Snow White, and there isn't anyone that could play her that could outdo Gal Gadot. So, whoops, I guess. So, like, who you're supposed to cast that's supposed to make her jealous? No, there's nobody. So, the answer is nobody in the world. So, that was a whoopsie. So that's an example of miscasting. They've done that too, like Jafar in the Aladdin remake was miscast. I think the actor did a fine job. I'm not bashing on the actor at all. I just think that he was too young. He was way too young. Jafar is supposed to be this creepy old guy, and it's the reason, it's him being a creepy old guy is the reason why, you don't think pretty Gal Gadot, are you blind, man? Jesus. Like, if you go look at the memes right now online, it's always like, this is the evil queen who's supposed to be jealous of this girl's looks, and it's like, oh. But no, Jafar in the remake that they did, he was miscast, and it's unfortunate because I think they did okay on most of the casting. You know, just that he's supposed to be creepy because he's so old, and he's obviously power hungry and stuff, and especially the ending of the original Aladdin when he was trying to get Jasmine to fall in love with him. That just was weird. It was creepy, and maybe they're like, oh, that's why we got to cast a younger guy so it's not as weird. No, it was fine to be weird. He was evil and terrible and horrible. It's fine if it's weird. That's kind of the point, you know. But I don't know. She's too skinny for me, and I just don't think she's that good looking. Seriously, I think you're blind, man. I think you're absolutely blind. There's a reason why they cast her to play Wonder Woman. Yeah, like that scene when the fair enough, she's other people's thing. When I'm like, no, when what's that? Like Chris Pine was it that played that guy in Wonder Woman when he woke up after she rescued him from the plane crash or whatever, and she's sitting there with her hair all wet, looking down at him. That guy had to have thought he died and went to heaven. Had to have. Oh, this is what the afterlife. This is what heaven looks like. Sweet. Yeah, but there's no way that the actress that got to play Snow White outmatches her as far as appearances go, and I guess that ties into what's her name, Rachel Zegler was saying on the campaign for that movie, is that they redefined what fairest of them all meant. I'm like, well, yeah, you kind of have to. You kind of have to, because it can't be like a vanity thing anymore, you know. It's like that just doesn't work. They got poison apples and magical kisses that can bring people back to life and stuff like that. That's all believable, but you're not going to convince me that she's going to be jealous of Snow White in this movie. So yeah, and then they CGI'd all the dwarves too, so that was kind of nightmare fuel. I don't know. Basically, they could have done that movie a lot better. Or Sydney Sweeney's good. Let's see. I don't know. Actually, I don't actually know who some of those people are. Not gonna lie. But yeah, no, they. There's no way they're gonna convince me otherwise. And then when they convinced, or when they CGI'd the dwarves in, I guess because the leaked footage of. I don't know if they were actually what they were gonna do. The new Supergirl for Supergirl. They're making a Supergirl, or are you talking about the one that showed up in the Flash? That they made her look kind of like a guy. Although I've seen the clips. I haven't actually seen the Flash, but I've seen the parts with her in it and a lot of it, and I think she did a great job. But they definitely made her look not what you call the they're too young for you. They're too young for you. Who is who they is? I don't. That didn't make sense. You can be any age to determine whether or not a person is attractive or not. So, but yeah, no, they're making a new Supergirl. Okay, well, hopefully they do it right. Honestly, that's a really cool story that can be told there too. But so far they haven't really done well. The Flash movie was horrific. The Flash movie was, yeah, it wasn't really about Supergirl, really. So, part of it was interesting. They have that's something that DC's been doing too, is that where they have parts of their movies are really good, but the movie in general was pretty crap. You know? Like Batman vs Superman is not really too good of a film-ish, you know, like when you watch it, like, yeah. Like the fact that they're fighting was kind of dumb. I like the fact that it was a villain who manipulated him, but seriously, a 1 minute conversation could have cleared all that up. The part in Batman vs Superman when Batman clears out that warehouse and saves Martha Kent. Oh, more of that, please. You know, like, can we get some more? Can we get a Batman film like that? You know, that was insane, and then they just never did it. All right, so what else do we got to do here? I think that we're finished with that part there. We might as well move on to this coastline right here, I'm thinking. right? Because this is finished over here, I think. I mean, some of these blocks need to be changed out for stone also, or I'm just going to cover them with grass when we get to it. So how you getting on? Hey, Blue, welcome back. We're still building. We finished the face of the volcano that I was trying to. Now we got to build kind of the land leading to the coast. So this is all done here, and then over here, that's all done too, where the Asian elephant exhibit is. So yeah, coming along nicely. I always get a kick out of Supergirl's story because, you know, with her being Kryptonian, remember, she grew up as a Kryptonian, she knew what it was like to be a Kryptonian, and then she had to live her life on Earth. And whereas Clark Kent, you know, or Kal-El, when he came to Earth, he was a baby and he was raised as a human, and he knows what it's like to be a human. He just understands that he's biologically a Kryptonian. And that's it, you know. So they got two different kind of stories. One's dealing with the loss of her planet. The other one is dealing with the acceptance here in this world, you know, and what it means to be human. So Supergirl is supposed to be angry. She's supposed to be relatively angry at times, and a little bit more hot-headed than Superman. So hopefully, if they're making a new movie, then hopefully they actually do it right. All right, so what are we gonna do with this? Nice. I ended up adulting because the kid decided I'm cool enough to hang out with him today. Nice. All right, so what am I gonna do with this part right here? I have an idea, but it's gonna be a pain to build. But I might as well do it. What if this cove that was here? Supergirl could be an amazing story. Yeah, it absolutely could. So hopefully they do it right. What if this bay right here had, like, this part was a big overhang, and there's like vines that hung down off of it? That could be really cool. Okay, yeah, that could be really cool. But if I'm going to do that, I need to kind of define where that overhang is going to begin. Probably smack right here. Or where it's going to ultimately lead to, I'd rather. Yeet. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, like right here, we should start kind of thinking about it, you know? So that way, like, as the waves were washing, they kind of hollowed out this section. Oh, Cinnamon left. Maybe you went to go get food. Obviously, the turkey exhibit's right there, so we're gonna have to connect to that. Sun is setting, creepers be creeping. I gotta be sleeping. So one way you can deal with creepers and without having to, you know, mob-proof your area is just make sure it's always day. Now I gotta connect it down to there. Yeet. Alright, so these are the turkeys. They're right over there. That. Personally, I actually hope that Disney does course correct and actually make some tremendously good stuff again, because they have some of my best childhood films that I can think of, and they were mostly original stories and stuff, and What are your thoughts on the new Fantastic Four trailer? I like the fact that they look like they went back to like the olden times, you know, like the style of it is set, what, like the 50s or something it looks like. So I'm kind of a fan of that because that's like how the original one was. So in the comics, so I'm a fan of that kind of style. It's sort of like it looks okay, and I'm cautiously optimistic. You know, I guess we'll have to just kind of see. But yeah, the new Fantastic Four movie does look kind of interesting. Cautiously optimistic is what I got for that one there. But in reality, the Marvel, all like the Marvel universe and stuff, that I think it's just time to say enough, dude. I think you kind of screwed it up, and you don't really fix something because those films that you screwed up are always there. So it's not that they had just like a bad film, you know. It's that they had a bad act or two or three, like or a phase. Like they just kept bombing over and over and over again. And you can nitpick and explain why, but ultimately it doesn't really matter in the end because it didn't work. And now it's like if the Marvel universe had started off doing horribly, would they have just kept it going? No. Why would they do that? You know. So it's one of those things. Now it's struggling, and really the only thing that they have that generates money is like Spider-Man, and that's about it. So I think it's basically time to just let that kind of cool down before probably restarting the whole thing. And in reality, it's not like this was like the Marvel Cinematic Universe was something that was just a little blip on the radar or anything like that. Like that was a powerhouse for film and movies and stuff like that. And although a lot of them are kind of like just action popcorn flick kind of things, you know, with the, you know, they're not like really artistic cinema or anything like that, but they are incredibly entertaining to watch. You know, let's see if I can just. Oh, I missed. Dang it! I was hoping to actually get one on the underside there. I'll do this the painful way then. They were incredibly fun to watch, and when you look at all of the movies combined, you know, like all the way through, like the beginning from Iron Man all the way to Endgame, it's a really great story. So it's all really good stuff. But I think that it's kind of run its course. I see you creeping at me. Ow! Oh my God! It actually got a hit. It's a super spider. Oh my gosh! Die. Super Spider. Yeah, I think they were talking about doing a soft reboot of the next Avengers movies. Yeah, basically they have to at this point. They've kind of botched it really bad. It would seem a lot of focus was on things that weren't super important in storytelling. You know, storytelling is about the compelling characters and then making sure that they have the conflicts that they have to face that challenge them and oftentimes change them into who they actually become. It isn't about who they are born as. Like, unless there's some kind of legacy they're trying to live up to. It's not about who they are born as or any other thing that is an arbitrary trait of theirs. It's about what they actually do and how that defines who they are, you know. So Marvel definitely lost its way along the way here, and it's upsetting because, you know, like I enjoyed a lot of those movies, like a lot of them. Like a whole lot of them. I would have liked to see them keep on going for decades and decades. Marvel did, I want to say Disney. Yeah, once again, Disney did acquire them, and then that. So it's true. It does kind of start with who's the one controlling the money, because people controlling the money are the ones that control. Ultimately, they're the producers that get to say what happens in a film at the end, you know. So yes, it would seem that Disney was kind of the one behind that one too. So I'm watching that one. I didn't mind the new Captain America. I heard that there's a lot to it. There's like a lot of things that it's almost like it's a kind of a smorgasbord of stuff that they just kind of jumbled together. I heard like what they're racing to try to claim the control of the Sentinel in the ocean that was left behind after the Eternals, which they now remembered they had. Everyone else forgot about it. And then I guess like there's a conflict, argument or struggle for it between Japan and the U.S. in the movie, which doesn't make much sense when you think about it, because I don't think Japan, because Captain America is supposed to be rushing to. Well, Captain America's dead. That's the other thing. That's Steve. Well, he's not dead. He's old. It's Steve Rogers. So, like, I don't understand why they named him Captain America. Why? I get that he took the mantle or something, but it's not the mantle. It's a person. It's literally a person. Like how Iron Man is Tony Stark. It just is it. You can try to replace him with somebody else who's like Iron Man, but it's not. Who's Iron Man? Tony Stark. Who's Captain America? Steve Rogers. It's all that, you know. They're gonna be adding Wolverine soon. Yeah. I mean, they've made that pretty clear in Deadpool and Wolverine. Till you're 90. But no, I don't understand why they didn't just name this movie Falcon and then have him be Falcon. He could even do the red, white, and blue stripes. He could even use the shield. He could do the whole shebang, but just he's not actually Captain America. That's another person. And I get that in the comics they had a run of him as it, but those were horribly unpopular. So why would you steer the movies that direction? Why not course correct? You know they're not liked by the fans and the audience, so why not just like do something a little better, you know? And keep him Falcon, because Falcon was a great character. Well established, well written. He had his motives, he had his reasons and stuff like that. He had a sense of loyalty and stuff, and he trained under Captain America too, so I mean, it would have been fine. Just call him Falcon. I kind of miss that guy, actually. Yeah, Patriotic Falcon. See, that's a good one right there, yeah. And that's what it should have been. It should have just been, he's just got like a rebrand because he's trying to honor Steve Rogers. So that would have been fine. That would have been a great direction for him to go on. But when they're sitting there showing, you know, literally carrying the title of Captain America, it's like, it's not a title. It's a person. Yeah, I'm doing the top part of this first because it's easier. I don't know. I haven't seen post Endgame. Like, I watched leading up to Endgame. I watched all of them, every single Marvel movie. There wasn't a single one I missed. As they came out too, I watched them all in theaters. I was a huge fan. And then Endgame hit, and they started announcing all the television shows, and I was like, I'm out. But no, it's gonna be really cool. No, I'm out. I'm not dedicating that much time to it. I want to go have a great experience at the movies, but I'm not going to be sitting here watching a television series for this stuff to make sure that I get the full story. I remember telling a guy at work that about how that it was gonna kill the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he was like, "No, it's gonna be great." I'm like, "No, it's really not. There's only one way this ends," and it's because not everybody has Disney Plus. I know they want to have everybody have Disney Plus, but not everybody has Disney Plus, and because of that, people are going to miss out on key important information. You're going to lose your general audience. And the general audience is where the money is at, so you kind of have to appease them and not the super diehard fans. So the television shows would have been great to do like side stories and things like that. They could have some really compelling, interesting stories, kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did. I mean, they had Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know. They could do all of this stuff, you know, in the television shows, and it could have been very interesting and worth watching. But it cannot, under any conditions, have anything really to do directly with the MCU. Like, not directly. And that's what they butchered. Like, WandaVision, for example, you kind of needed to watch that to really grasp what was going on in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And if you didn't, you're going to be wildly confused, because last time you saw Wanda, she was fighting with the Avengers, trying to stop Thanos, right? Like, she was a good guy. So why is she now a bad guy longing for these imaginary kids? What? You know, like, what happened there? So there's a little disconnect. And you can try to recap it and whatever in the movies the best you can, but then there was no point to making the TV show. In which case, then there's no point in watching it. So that was their dilemma, is if they didn't put important stuff in the shows, then there's no point in watching them. So, but if they do put important stuff in the shows, then it ruins their multi-billion-dollar cinematic universe. So, whoops, it was a lose-lose. That's why it's like this is done. This is the end of it. Devonish, hello. Hello, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I butchered the name. I'm a illiterate person, so yeah, illiterate, uncultured, all those things are great adjectives for me. The but yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just BSing, talking about movies, and building a big old volcano here on the tropical island that we're also building. All of that was all custom built. All of it is. Everything you see here. That's the original landscape with the spiders all over it. That's the original landscape down there. Everything else is custom. Now, I would love to see Marvel kind of come back, you know. But since Endgame, the only movies I've seen is the Spider-Man movies, and then I've watched parts of some of the other ones that came out, and I was like, eh. Looks cool. Hey, thanks. Well, I've heard the new Captain America movie feels like more expensive final episode for the Falcon show. Yeah, I mean it takes place after that one, so you know it's probably accurate. Yeah, I've heard not so good. Basically, it doesn't matter which kind of reviews you heard. It depends on who's reviewing them. You know, like if you have a person who, whenever they review a movie, they're usually spot on. And then whatever their take on it is probably what you're going to think about the film. Like if you enjoyed their opinion, then you're going to also enjoy the film if they enjoyed it. So it really doesn't matter what reviews are out there. It depends on who's reviewing them. And the people that I usually listen to have not been very kind to it. So, yeah. There's fish. There's fish. Those are African cichlids, I believe. All right, so I'm avoiding looking at the underside of this because I know that's going to be a pain to do. So I'm just trying to. I'm going to have to see it now, though. Yeah, that's going to suck making that part. maybe I should just bite the bullet and go do it. Okay, so we got to connect this to here. So we got to talk about doing an overhang. Overhangs are not fun. Yeah, we actually do have scaffolding in the pack, and I never use it. I'm not going to either. I'm just pointing that out. Let's use something like... Maybe I'll just use stone. It's easier because I'm using it anyway. But I have to get over there, basically, and kind of create a little something for me to stand on so I can work on this. Okay, I can't quite jump up high enough and get that. Overhangs are such a pain to make. I should have done this probably first. Okay, let's just wing it. Winging it is usually how things work out for me, so we're just going to wing it. To make sure that not terrible things are spawning in here, we're going to do a little bit of that. That one probably can't stay there, but... So yeah, the idea behind this bay is that as the ocean waves have come in, they've kind of eroded this back a little bit, and so that's why it's going to have an overhang right here, so... oh, this island, by the way, there's actually 2 islands here. This is the whole zoo so far. And so this is the entrance over here where the boats arrive at the dock, and then you enter and you can go throughout the zoo, including crossing over this bridge through the otter exhibit, and then over here to where the dual volcanoes are going to be. So there's the aquarium section over here with the big whale exhibit right there and stuff, the orca exhibit, and a whole bunch of stuff. The large cats are going to be over here on that cat-shaped part of the island. I can't unsee that either. I think Alyssa Muffins was the one who pointed out. She said that this looks like a cat, and I was going to be putting large cats there. Now I can't unsee it. So, but yeah, if you guys are out there and you do enjoy the ramblings that I'm going on, or even if you just, I don't even really care if you agree with them. You can have, obviously, your own opinions on this stuff. It's great to do that. In fact, people who are enjoying, like, the MCU, for example, more power to you. In fact, I envy you because I'm not as enjoying it anywhere near as much, and I wish I was. But I just ain't. So the only Marvel movies I've seen since Endgame are the Spider-Man movies, so in their fullest entirety, and they were pretty good. I enjoyed them. Did not mind them at all. Yeah, I think freehanding it here is going to be my better option rather than trying to build something to stand on. Waste no peace. Alright, so how many blocks of stone have I put down now? Okay, so we placed 4,300 blocks just today. We're not even done yet. Survival Minecraft too, by the way. This is this is done in survival. Oh, big old lake spike there. Wow. Oh, I just heard one of the turkeys pop out an egg. Nothing in here that's gonna eat me, is there? There's a squid. I'm eating squids right now, actually. Calamari, that's where I get them from, is for killing those things. Let's see, I went back and watched your tour with VintageBeef. Your zoo just gets bigger and cooler every time. Seeing that amazing zoo in the mountain, and this monumental zoo is crazy. Yeah, this is definitely the biggest zoo I built. And yeah, the first one was built in a shield biome, because I did 2 tours with VintageBeef, actually. Season 1, he toured that one, and Season 2, he toured that one as well. I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm going to ask him to tour this one, too, when the time comes, but he does have a newborn, or a new kid now, so, I don't know. Life could be tough, but we're still quite a ways away from finishing this zoo, so I'm not quite ready to invite him yet. Yeah. The zoo does seemingly get bigger and bigger every time, yeah. Oh, can I reach it? If you guys do want a really good laugh, actually, I recently stumbled upon a video of Harry Potter, but it's ruined by AI. It is the second one, especially when they're doing the Flu Network. I think the channel is called AI Ruins Everything. But the Flu Network, where the first time that's introduced in the movies, the Weasleys are showing it to Harry, and they say, "Ron, why don't you go first so you can show him how it's done?" So Ron steps up, grabs the flu powder, and he's like, "Diagon Alley," and he throws it down, bursts into flames, and then he disappears, because that's how the Flu Network works, right? But the way they showed it with AI ruining everything was, he said Diagon Alley, and then he throws it down, and as the flames engulf him, it cuts to him on fire, just screaming in agony, and then he just abruptly disappears, and Harry looks so uncomfortable, and like Mrs. Weasley's like, "See, it's that simple." And so then he goes up and he mispronounces it, the Diagon Alley or whatever, and he throws it down, and then he bursts into flames. He's like, "Ah!" It's just like screaming too. I love that, like Ron, when he lights himself on fire with the flu powder, he's just like, "Ah, ah, ah," and then gone. Just disappears abruptly, like in a single frame. See, it's that simple. Harry's face. I don't want to do this. I was crying laughing at it the first time I watched it. It was awesome. And then there's like a scene at the beginning where Uncle Vernon is telling me, he's like, I think you'd be a little bit more grateful, because he talks about how they gave him Dudley's second bedroom. That's ridiculous, by the way. They gave him Dudley's second bedroom, and how he should be more grateful about that, out of the kindness of their hearts. But as he's saying it, like the AI part kicks in, and he just like starts strangling Harry, like, "Ah!" for no apparent reason. I think they did it for Star Wars also, like Star Wars, but it's ruined by AI. I'm actually just once again just winging it here, and we'll see how this turns out. Might be horribly bad, but Oh, man. Coffee break here. Looks like I gotta be sleeping here. Hey, all right. So yeah, if you guys want a really good laugh, you know, check those out for sure. Little corners of the internet that you maybe don't know exist, and you all of a sudden find them and gotta share. Overhangs. Ugh. I gotta get around the front and see what this looks like, but I'm gonna first try to at least get this base layer down and see if this looks terrible or what. Quite yet. Okay, how does this look so far? Okay, that looks a little weird right there, but ultimately not too shabby. Can I just reach this? Is this a thing I can do? Yeah, I think that looks better. Big opening right here. I kind of missed. Whoopsie. There's a whale. That's a Better Animals Plus whale, actually. So. Looks good. Thanks, Riskier. I think it's turning out all right. This isn't even part of the island, actually, so there's going to be fish that are forever trapped in here, but whatever. I mean, that's kind of what a zoo is anyway. So then once we get the foliage done on top of this, we'll have, like I said, vines hanging off of the edge here and stuff for this part. Should look pretty cool. Hopefully it'll blend in with the other island over there. See, I think we're empty on this one, right? Yeah, okay. Both of those backpacks were filled up with, with stone when we started. All right. I want to, at least today, I think a good stopping point for today, because we got quite a bit done on the volcano base, which was the point of it. I think a good stopping point would be to finish the stonework in this area. It should give me time to actually try, because I do have other things I got to get to today, like I got to get to recording some Planet Crafter and stuff. So I think that'd be a good stopping point, is to finish the stonework in this area, and then we'll have all the stonework done from basically this actually, I gotta zoom out here, into from like right down here to, we got to do the stonework around this volcano still, to right over here, this section. But all this stuff's done. That means I can come through and start doing the foliage. I just gotta, get to it, obviously. Whew. Building a ton of stuff is apparently difficult. Who'd have thought? Okay, let's try to do a diagonal one, like right here. should work. Start bridging this thing together. These curved parts are always kind of a pain to make, but I think with a little patience, I might be able to get it. Okay, yeah, it's definitely an overhang, so I think it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I might have to do a little bit better blending in with that hillside over there to get it to fit a little bit better, so it kind of flows into it rather than it just kind of stops right there. But I'll do. It's a future GReimer issue. Screw that guy. Gotta make sure I get lights in here too, because it's gonna get a little dark in here when I close this all off. Yeet. Tell you one movie that I am actually interested in seeing when it comes out, whenever it gets around being made. I know a while ago, Nintendo announced that they are making a Legend of Zelda movie. And I will shell out as much cash as I need to go see that. Legend of Zelda is my favorite video game series out there, so yes, I will see that in a heartbeat. I actually, I'm happy that the Super Mario Bros. Movie was successful, because I was wondering why Nintendo doesn't do this more often. Why don't they actually make movies out of their IPs? And I get that it's probably because they're still pretty burned really bad about the whole 1990 was it, or 80 Mario movie that they made, where the live action one, where it was, I personally didn't mind it, but it definitely didn't hit the mark when when it came to getting the whole Mario feel. They missed big time on that one. Real bad. Something they did much better in this more recent one, So I'm hoping that they make more videos, more movies out of their IPs, like Metroid. I think Metroid would be a fantastic movie. That'd be so cool. Get Samus out there getting the bird suit and everything like that, and facing off with Ripley and stuff. It'd be so good. Make that happen, Nintendo. Because I know you're watching. You're one of the 9 people watching, Nintendo. It would be exciting for Legend of Zelda movie, but it's going to be live action. Yeah, no, I'm fine with it being live action. It should have been live action. Out of all the IPs, Metroid and Zelda should all be live action. Mario, you think about the material you're working with. A Mushroom Kingdom with Italian plumbers fighting some turtle monster guy, dragon thing. Probably can stay animated. Almost like Lord of the Rings-esque, a magical world, supposed to be based on realism actually. With fighting, dungeons and monsters and a guy with a sword and shield going through it, whatever like that. That can probably be live action. Most people are like, but Link is going to talk. It's like, have you guys played the games before? That's one thing that blows my mind, is how Link has this reputation for being a mute. He's not. He hasn't been in any game. Why he has that reputation blows my mind. He talks, people. When in Ocarina of Time, when he met up with Zelda when she was a kid, and she asked what his name was. And then she's like, oh, Link, it's because they didn't literally type it out on screen. People are like, he must have just, telepathically told her? No. you know, Twilight Princess, the mayor of the town that he came from, he had to fill him in on what was going on and stuff like that. He literally told them what was going on. So it just fades to black and comes back. You telling me that they're doing this, whatever? Yes, he told them. He speaks. I feel like an anime style would be cool for the studio. Oh, yeah, no, and you could absolutely do an anime style Zelda game or a Zelda movie. That'd be great too. I can see that coming to life too. But no, if you're going to do a blockbuster movie, go live action with it. Go live action, make it look ridiculous, make them fighting horrible monsters, make them, I don't know, Ganon be... I'm guessing Ganon should be the main bad guy at the end, but are they going to do that, or are they going to go with the more popular Ganondorf style? I don't know. We'll see what happens, you know? But no, they said they're going to do a live action one. I was like, thank God they're actually doing a live action. Because, yeah, if they had tried to do some cartoony thing with it, then nobody would take it seriously, and it would just be a fun adventure. But Zelda games were never geared for like small children. They were always geared for more like young adults or something, you know, along those lines. So go for it, you know. I say go all out with it. Make it really hardcore, you know. Obviously not like blood and gore and guts at hardcore, but go make it Lord of the Rings-esque, you know. People should be confused whether they're watching Lord of the Rings or Legend of Zelda when they watch it. I think that it could be great live action. So the thing I don't think they should have done live action is the Minecraft movie, for the same reason. You know, geared towards kids. It's primarily an animated thing anyway. Everyone knows the block based. Everyone knows this is Minecraft, you know. And then all the super successful things, all the like fan made things and stuff like that, all have been animated. And so people are used to seeing live animated Minecraft. Maybe that's what they're going for, something different. But again, if it ain't broke, you know, don't fix it. So I don't know why they went live action on the Minecraft movie. So, especially since it's not really. It just has live action people in it. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but in reverse. Instead of having cartoon characters in the real world, they have real world people in an animated world. It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So yeah, when people are addressing, like, they're a little nervous because it's gonna have probably gonna have to make Link talk, and they're not a fan of that and stuff. Like, okay, well then you're not a fan of the games, I guess, because you blanked that part out. Yeah, he absolutely talks in the games. He doesn't go on tangents like me though. Like, it doesn't look like he talks a lot. He only talks when he needs to. So. There's actually Legend of Zelda fan films out there. There's even a live action one. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Blood Moon, and oh my gosh, it was really cool. It's like it's an original story. It's not one that I know of, at least, where it shows like an old man near a grave in like a field someplace, and Link talks in the manga. Yeah, and I think he did in like the cartoon that they did too, but. I think it's called Blood. It came out years ago, so this one is probably a little bit of an older film. But it's like got this old man. He's like kind of like kneeling down near a grave in a field someplace, and he looks like he's probably in his 70s or something like that, you know, and or upper 60s maybe. And he's like, he has a memory of something that led to this point where he's at, and it's actually a memory because that old man is actually Link, and he remembers the day that Zelda was taken and allegedly killed. And it's like such a crazy story because like there's this dark force of some kind that comes during a blood moon that that would take the person that's marked, and Zelda got marked because they were trying to help some traveler on the road, and it turned out the traveler was like an evil witch or something like that, and she's the one who marks people, and for this entity thing that shows up. And so when she marked Zelda, then when they were trying to help this what seemed like an old lady, she ended up like doing some kind of spell thing on Zelda, leaving almost like a black mark on her hand type thing. I don't know if it was literally that, you know, but you know, the black spot for pirates, you know, maybe you're marked for Davy Jones or whatever. It's kind of like that, you know. And so then that night when the blood moon hit, this thing came. Now in this version, in this story, they actually didn't have Link talk. He was just a follower of hers. You know, she did all the talking. But this thing came for Zelda at night, and Link had to try to defend defend her and wasn't able to actually, and so he actually lost her in this one. And so what he's doing is, as an old man, he came back to this place because the blood moon happens every like 60 years or something like that. And so now here he is much older, and he's coming back because he's letting himself get marked so that he can face off with this thing again and try to put an end to it once and for all, even as an old man. So he's basically looking for a rematch, you know. And it was quite an interesting story, and I like that. I like when the people, like, fans do like fan-made films and stuff where they come up with an original story. Go for it, you know, as long as it's compelling and interesting and stuff. It doesn't have to. It's not obviously canon, so you might as well just have fun with it. Not like canon really matters too much in Zelda anyway. There's so many like different timelines and stuff. It's hard to tell which one's which sometimes. I saw a fun fan animation where Link kept trying to talk, but Zelda kept cutting him off. It's awesome, like Waiting style. Did you ever see Waiting, the new guy? Every time he tries to talk, people just interrupt him and get him to shut up. He doesn't speak until the end of the film finally, when he tells them all just to shut up, and then he quits. That's got Ryan Reynolds in it. My favorite is when they ask him a question and he goes to answer. He goes, that was rhetorical. There's another one out there where Link faces off a Dark Link on the trail someplace, and they end up like both taking each other out, but then one of the merchants that's going by has a fairy in a bottle and revives Link. Another fan film. It was more of the choreography that they're going for in that one. So there's been for years kind of a interest and demand for this. I mean, heck, when I was in when I was in film school, they had on April Fools, a trailer was released by an independent film group for a Legend of Zelda movie, and it was a joke. It wasn't a real thing, and it didn't look like great either. So I was kind of bummed because at first I thought it was real, and I was like, wait a second, it's April 1st. Oh, okay, no, but knowing it was just a fan film, it was an independent group making it, and it was like a very low budget, whatever. Keeping that in mind, I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, okay, no, this is actually pretty good then. You know? So, if they were to base a movie on one of the games, which one would you want to see brought to cinema? On just one of the games? Well, I mean, favorite game of all time for me is Ocarina of Time. I even like it better than Minecraft. So, I mean, that one would be the easy win, but that is also a really big popular one too. I know Breath of the Wild gained a lot of fame here recently, which I'm thrilled about because that kind of brought a whole new generation of Zelda fans into the group as well. But I actually would rather them not base it off of a game. Kind of come up with an original story. It could be based off of the games, but not based off of a game, because we already know those stories. You can play the games, you know? So we don't really need them. So I would like them to come up with an original story to tell, loosely based off of the games, you know. So have some of the. I actually, not gonna lie, like I said, when I got into film school because I wanted to see that come to life. I wanted to see a Zelda movie come to life. That was one of my goals in life. Obviously, I ran out of money, and I'm not that good, so. And I don't own the rights to Zelda, so there's a lot of problems with that dream. But I mean, that's something I would have loved to have seen happen. And so, I did come up with a concept in my head for a script for a Zelda movie, but it would have had to have been, it was based off the game, so it wasn't based off of any individual game. But, you know, that's, like I said, I don't own the rights to Zelda anyway, so it's not like that was ever really going to happen. It was just like, it was more so that I wanted to get into that industry so that I could see how it was all done and made and see if that's possible. Petition to actually get it done, all that other fun stuff. Turns out that they eventually came around to figuring that out on their own anyway, so. Yeah, I don't know. There's not one individual game, though, that I think they should base it off of. But Ocarina of Time was such a good one, such a classic. I even did a playthrough on my channel here, back when in the early days of it. Because it's just that good. And Nintendo, especially, is pretty good at knowing their audience for the most part. They don't really get distracted with unimportant things and like their storytelling thing. They focus more on what's actually still important in whatever they're trying to convey. So I have faith. Legend of Zelda has primarily been geared towards like a male audience. Not saying, you know, women can't enjoy it. Obviously, derp, anyone can enjoy it. But primarily the concept of wielding a sword and shield and fighting monsters and saving lands and saving the princess, that's like your stereotypical, very bare bone basic appeal to guys. Favorite game is Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was a fantastic game. I love that one. Baccarin is a very close second because I grew up playing both. Yeah, no, Twilight Princess was a fantastic game. That was a really good one too. I will not argue with you on that one. That one was actually just really good. We're getting quite a bit done here too. Yeah. In fact, Twilight Princess, I should bring that to the channel. I want to play another Zelda game on the channel. It's either going to be Majora's Mask or I'll go and play Twilight Princess, I'm thinking. Because I got them. I just got to play them. I even have a capture card so I can just, you know, hook up the system and play them. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing good. What time is this? 2 something. Like I said, I do have some stuff I got to get to today, so not going to be a 12-hour stream, but we're definitely getting a lot done. A capybara! Yeah, shout out to any Zelda fans out there watching. I'm excited. It's sort of like when Goosebumps got made into a movie. I was a big fan of those growing up. You know, I was reading books and stuff. I used to read before I discovered video games. So I read like a ton of those books. So when I saw they're making a Goosebumps movie, I was so happy. And when I watched it, the first one was okay. You know, it wasn't like mind-bogglingly good or anything like that. But I didn't care. Like, I just didn't care. I was just happy it actually happened. You know? It's like it could have been the worst film in the world. I would just say it's sort of like you know, at the end of Ratatouille, when they find out that it's like a rat or in the kitchen or something like that, and they get in like a lot of trouble or whatever. But that one chef, not the chef, the one critic who was supposed to be like the really pompous guy, loved the food because it reminded him as a kid so much that he didn't care. It was like that with like the Goosebumps movie for me. So I feel like that out of all the Zelda games, Twilight is the most unique while still sticking to the original characters. Like the ones that were they bring in new villains. They got rid of Ganon. Yeah, so Ganon originally in like the original one was just a pig monster creature guy, and there was no Ganondorf, for example. Ganondorf was then introduced in Ocarina of Time, and it was like a human-esque version, you know, but then later on find out that he has the ability to literally transform into Ganon, and say like, holy cow. And when they keep it to Ganon, it's usually a very similar storyline to the others, but Twilight brought a new big bad, kept it original by having them working for Ganon. Yeah, the Ganon twist at the end of Twilight Princess, though, the whole Ganondorf thing, because like basically they don't really give you much sign that Ganondorf is even in the film, except for that one flashback with the sages trying to kill him, and that's it. And but then all of a sudden he just kind of shows up. Oh yeah, big surprise! It's actually Ganondorf, which is fine to do. You know, it's a video game, so it's like whatever. But the concept of actually having to face off with the King of Evil then at the end of it, you know, was pretty awesome. Especially the sword fight at the end. I mean, if you don't use a fishing pole. There's a way you can confuse the programming for Ganondorf by holding your fishing pole. And then he's like constantly looking at the hook and he's not paying attention, and he switches to the sword and stab him. Such a goofy like bug But it was a thing. Yeah, Zant. Zant, I believe, was the main bad guy in Twilight Princess. I like that concept too, about there being like a whole nother realm, Twilight realm, that exists out there, like a whole nother universe kind of thing. And I especially get a kick out of how Midna sort of mockingly refers to Zelda as the Twilight Princess at the beginning of the game when you meet up with her, when she's imprisoned in that castle. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Because, I mean, spoiler, it's been out for years. If you haven't played it, it's kind of your own fault at this point. Midna is the Twilight Prince. She's the princess of the Twilight Realm. Yeah, Zant was terrifying to me. Yeah, he was creepy, wasn't he? He certainly was. Ultimately, he was just some guy who was trying to take over the throne, wasn't he? Like, in the Twilight Realm. He was usurping it. And used Ganon as his vessel, or like his god he saw him as, so that he could gain whatever power he needed to take over the throne in the Twilight Realm. And then that starts spreading into Hyrule, and that's when things weren't okay, because that's when Link was like, nope, not happening. I also think that guy he's a descendant, isn't he, from the Ocarina of Time guy? That's why he still has the Triforce of Courage. And the guy that teaches him all the sword techniques in there, I think, is the Link from Ocarina of Time. At least that's the running theory I thought was going on. So all the sword techniques you learn from that Skeletal Warrior. Spoilers, gosh, that game came out what, like 20 years ago. But yeah, I think that's the original Ocarina of Time Link that's actually teaching him those techniques and stuff. You know, passed it down through the generations, which is why it's approaching him. Because like Link, like Zelda seems to be the same Zelda in every game, because like she's technically, I think she's immortal, unless of course she's physically killed, but she hasn't been yet in the game. So, but Link, I believe he passes on. He grows old, passes on, and then like his descendant will rise up again. So you get different Links. They're all named Link. It's the weirdest thing. It's like Link the 40th or something we're on now. Yeah, the fan theory is that the skeleton is the past Link. I can't remember if it's canon. That might be it might just be a fan theory too. Yeah, I like it though. It's a good one. I'm dubbing it canon. Me, the person who's not in charge of it, I'm dubbing it. I'm dubbing it as canon. It would make a lot of sense though. Like, one, why is this ghost like person helping him? You know, and but yeah, it make, other than because it's a video game and he needs to learn these cool new moves. But it would make a lot of sense. Let's see, I gotta connect this over to here. That works. I actually haven't played Twilight Princess in probably about 20 years, actually, so the fact that I can remember any of that, I can't even remember my own middle name sometimes, but the fact that I can remember any of that stuff is kind of remarkable for me and my horrible memory. It's basically, my memory actually isn't all that bad. It's just that it remembers the dumbest, most useless useless things you can imagine. Really important stuff, can't remember it, you know, but dumb, insignificant things, totally locked in. I'm trying to think like the most obscure thing that I can remember. But I mean, it's like, unless I'm specifically trying, I don't know what it could be. I almost fell in that hole right there because it didn't actually fill in. I like that fan theory, though. I think it's a really cool one. Okay, so that's connected now. Look at us go. Holy cow. This looks horrible. Hold on, I gotta fix that. Okay, so this is where I was starting. This is when I was like, okay, it has to connect to here. So now I just gotta smooth this back out because it looks like trash. So, Tigercraft, hello. Why you don't try fossils in archaeology? I will. In fact, we were talking about that earlier. So currently, this season of ZAWA, there's a race to see who can give a competition to see who does the highest super chat, and whoever does the highest super chat will determine what we do next season, whether it be a type of Jurassic craft, which will most likely be fossils and archaeology, or whether it'll be another season of ZAWA. And currently, everyone who is racing to get that top moniker right there is they are all saying we should do like some type of Jurassic craft thing. And for that, I'll most likely be doing fossils and archaeology. So it's coming. It's on its way. After we're done with this zoo, though, we got to finish this first before I move on to the next one. But yeah, no, I've been asking around. We got a guy on Nations and Nobles that's huge into dinosaurs and stuff, Jagabsha, and he, I asked him, I was like, which one should I do? And he's like, fossils and archaeology. I said, okay. So it'll most likely be coming to the channel here soon. Just got to finish the zoo first. Now, in all fairness, I got to be totally honest, the zoo, it has got quite a bit to go on it still. I still have to build all this stuff over here, as well as the exhibits in this area and all the landscape and terraforming. This part of the zoo is finished for the most part. There's a couple little details to do. But over here, the volcanoes and stuff, it's got a lot. It's got a lot. Yeah, it's currently Peter is winning the competition for the top super chat. Which, by the way, in case anyone's wondering, it's $250 is what his current top super chat is. So $250.01 will upend him. And then it'll probably cause him to have an aneurysm too, because he did that today. Will Jagapsha join the server then? I don't really know. I haven't really figured out any of those details as far as whether or not it's going to be multiplayer or what. You know, I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about that. I was just trying to figure out what kind of thing we're going to go into. Multiplayer is pretty fun, though. It's nice having some people that can help out and you can place hits on so that you can get more super chats. Like... just murdering Cinnamon. What do you guys think? Does this look like a decent overhang, though? This looks a little flat right there. Problem is getting it. Getting at it. The problem is getting at it. See, already I think that looks a lot better. Gotta continue this over here a little bit, so I'm gonna probably be making a mess here in front of this while I pillar over there, but I'll have to clean all this up. I think it looks good. It's not an exhibit, right? No, it's not an exhibit. This is just a decorative piece, basically. Right now, this is just the shape, too. I haven't added the foliage or anything, which I won't be getting to today, I don't think. But it will have to happen sometime in the future. Another future GReimer issue. Screw that guy. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better, because there was like a clearly defined line, and that's the line that I had when I first created it. So I want to make sure that I try to get rid of that if I can. I'm using this as scaffolding, so I have derp. See how there's scaffolding actually in the mod pack? Or in the game at this time? Looks pretty good. pretty good there too. Okay. Tab just, oh, C word that rhymes with rash, Tab just did. Boy, I mean, I don't really want to say it, but I mean, we've been doing pretty good. We've been pretty good. I don't want to say it, but we've been doing pretty good today. Just one time. Now that I've said it, though. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Oh, there's a piece of rock right there. It's very good. Thank you. Thank you, Tiger. Alright, so we got... actually, this part I was talking about how I wanted to blend it in better over here, but that doesn't look too bad now that I'm actually over here. I think I was just looking at it from a weird angle. It looks alright over there. Yeah, an overhanging cliff. Eat some balls against that rock over there. Alright, so I'll have to come back through and do the foliage in this area too, but now we got to fill up this part right here. So there's still more to get done, and that's right here. Is this it? Is this the last part I got to do? Look at that. Look at that. Holy cow. There's a skeleton right there. Park is closed. Oh, you just sank in the water. Park is closed. I know I'm going to get eaten by a spider. You know, I'm going to eat by a spider. There's spiders all over the place in here. Alright, well, I should probably get some lights in this area, especially where that skeleton was. Try to keep things from spawning in here. Be all right. All right, hopefully it's good enough. Yeet. Wee. Yeah. All right, sweet. Overhang complete. Now we just have to finish this rock face right here, kind of building it up, as well as this section right here. And then we should be good to go. Now, I like the idea of actually having overhangs, especially, that's the reason why I put one here, even though it's at the base of the volcano. It doesn't really make too much sense. It's just like a little bit of a bulge coming out right there. It's because when you're walking underneath stuff like this, aside from creepers being able to bomb you, it's just a cool little detail where you're kind of wrapped up in these rocks. And I wanted these rocks to be jutting up a lot. In fact, I think I've only really pulled it off at once in one spot, and that's over there. Which I don't want to fly over there because, like I said, we're doing pretty good with the C word that rhymes with rash. So we're just going to stay over here and keep working on this. I'll show it at the end, but I wouldn't mind having this actually jut upward more, actually, like that, almost like a spire kind of coming up in this area here. So, like, see if I can do some basic wireframing to get that shape down that I'm thinking of. It doesn't have to be much either, you know. Well, I was doing good until that happened. But something so that it kind of feels like you're kind of claustrophobic in here, you know? And then have it connect back to that. Turkey. So yeah, okay, something like this. It's a little bit part jutting out right there. Now I might actually change a little bit more elevation on this part here than 2. Remember, I do have to put down grass on top of this in some spots, but let's actually raise it up a bit here and just this little section over here. So it's not just as flat. And you know what? We'll continue this over to right about here. More stone, basically. We're just slapping down more stone. There, we'll have an elevated part right here. Okay, that works pretty good. And then when the spire kind of comes out here, this might be total garbage. This might end up being total garbage. Not so much a spire, just a weird shape coming out of the rocks. I'm in the zone, people. It's also getting sunset and creepers be creeping again. It's amazing how time flies when you're building in this. How we doing on this part? We're filling it in. We're getting there. This part's finally connected. It's been months, but we're finally getting this connected. Yeah. And I gotta still do all the foliage and this stuff. Ugh, it's gonna be so much work. I mean, that's just the part that I'm building too. I still have to do all of the foliage at the base of the volcano. Like, that's gonna be rough. GReimer, did I tell you that I spilled a Diet Dr. Pepper all over my laptop that I used to play Minecraft? It instantly died, as one would expect. That is brutal. I'm so sorry about that, Peter. Ooh. Yeah, recently Bayfish, our server manager here, he spilled a cup of coffee on his computer, but it was off at the time. And so he managed to drain it all out of there and then dry it out, and he opened it up, and he was using cotton swabs and stuff to clean the thing and stuff, and yeah, he fixed it. It's just that, yeah, electronics and water, you know, they don't really go together. Electronics and liquids. I'm out of stone. I'm out of stone. I have to fly back. All right, I'll show you the part that I was talking about where I wanted to create some more interesting designs, overhangs and stuff, because I think they look interesting. And they allow me the ability to have, like, vines draping down and stuff. So over here, this face here is one of them where I did that a little bit. But then also, like, right here, this whole rock structure is interesting that I'm on right here. So this one's right here, and then there's just this cliff here. It's actually a problem because I needed to have a path go through there. So I sent it to a PC repair place, and I'm waiting on the estimate to replace the motherboard, but I expect it'll be cheaper than buying a new laptop. Probably, yeah, probably. But yeah, this big cliff I put here, even though that put it like right in the way of the path, well, I made a tunnel, you know, with a lava flow. So So yeah, I like creating these interesting designs in the landscape and then fitting the zoo into it anyway. You know, it feels like it's nestled in this natural formation then, rather than the formation is built around the path. You know, I need more stone while we're back here. Alright, I gotta put some stuff away too, so there's some bones in there. Refill on balls. Gunpowder can go in here too. I'm carrying around these magma blocks for some reason. I just need another stack of a netherite out of, or a netherrack out of there. Not netherite, Jesus. Netherrack out of my inventory. I don't really need it. Alright, stone. Let's get some more stone. Yeet. Yeet. That should probably be good for right now. Alright, sweet. Got some new stone. Yeah, my condolences go out to you and your laptop, because that sucks. Oop, failed miserably. Alright, back over here. We're gonna finish off this part strong here. As I just crash into the ground. Ah! Alright, so like I said, it's kind of like a weird spire, so. So yeah, you know, like a rock jutting out there, like a rock structure jutting out. That works. Alright, we're gonna need to throw some lights in here though, because again, things could spawn inside here. I actually spilled my I spilled a cup of coffee on my laptop once in film school. Also, we were working on a 48-hour film project, and we were rushing to try and get something done. And naturally, we're pounding coffee and energy drinks and stuff. And yeah, one of the guys knocked over my cup of coffee right on my laptop, and it didn't actually shut off or anything. It just kind of kept going. It just was stained brown after that. So we just kind of kept working. Turkey. Blah, 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 blah. I cannot believe how much stone I've placed, like, not only of all time, but just in this stream alone. Well, it was doubly funny because like a month ago, a buddy splashed a little tiny bit of coffee on his laptop and it killed it. That sucks. I say that as I'm drinking coffee right next to my computer. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So a few weeks later, I just dumped a full soda on mine. Brutal. Yeah, earlier I blabbed on about like the show Arrow and stuff. Big fan of the Arrowverse stuff, but the at least the earlier seasons. And there's a part in Arrow where he steals a laptop from some criminal guy that he's trying to find out information on. So he goes to Felicity at Queen Consolidated, his family's company, because she's the tech person, and she's helped him out with some other things. But he always gives her like the lamest and worst excuses. It's like, she's not an idiot, dude. You know, it's one of those things like how like Morgan Freeman figured out that Bruce Wayne was Batman without him ever telling him, because he kept asking him for the tech that Batman uses. You know, it's like, I'm not an idiot, dude. Yeah, he goes to this Felicity girl with this laptop, and it's full of bullet holes. Okay, there's just bullet holes all over the place. And he says that he was at his local coffee shop. You know, he's wondering if he could help with his laptop, because he's at his local coffee shop and he spilled a latte on it. And she's like, "Really? It's got bullet holes in it." And he's like, "Mm-hmm." She's like, "These look like, you know, bullet holes." And he's like, "My coffee shop's in a really dangerous part of the neighborhood." Okay, apparently. Oh, I was pressing shift, not crouch. Whoops. I was pressing control, not shift. That's what I meant. Flubbing words. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like a little spire chunk of rock sticking up there. That's good. Well, that's not good right there. Good enough. Looks like it's turning nighttime again. Holy cow. It's incredible how much we've actually got done today. Holy man, like this whole face of the mountain right there. Yeah, I like that line in the Christopher Nolan's Batman thing when Fox tells me, he goes, "Mr. Wayne," he goes, "you don't want to tell me exactly what you're up to with all this stuff." He goes, "When I'm asked, I don't have to lie." You know, basically, he doesn't need to be told. He goes, "But don't think of me as an idiot." Fair enough. You know? Yeah, so basically that's his way of saying, I know that you're this Batman character, but you don't have to tell me. Because then when somebody asks, I never heard it. Not that I know of. Basically, Fox was an extremely intelligent person. Not just because he could figure it out, because it was pretty obvious, but because he knew how to phrase it so that legally speaking, he was speaking legalese. Legally speaking, he's, you know, doesn't have to be held responsible for any of that. I didn't know. Uh-huh. Okay, that's pretty good. Weird shape. Weird shape. there. We're almost done here. Oh, so if you guys are hoping to get your name on the billboard of sponsors, a super chat of any amount will put you on there. You're going to have to do $250.01 to best Peter today, though, so I think he's pretty safe for today. But if you are hoping to get on the billboard of sponsors and be immortalized at the front of the zoo, your time is dwindling now, so just giving you the 2-minute warning kind of thing, you know, because we're going to be wrapping things up here, I think, today with these last few blocks we're putting in here to finish this part off. The day is mine, Black Rose. Just come swooping in right at the end, right as I'm doing my outro. Nah, I think you got this one in the bag. I think you got this one in the bag, Peter. But thank you again for that. That was just insane. 250, holy cow. Yes, it is. Stretching. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. That kind of came out of nowhere, too. Whew. Whew. All right. How did that turn on? Not bad, not too shabby. Oh, I missed a spot. I see one. Holy cow, is that it? Did we do it? Why I'd be embarrassed if someone else just went over the top after that gloating moment. The day is mine. $250.01. Oh! But no, this is that was awesome. Thank you, Peter. Hopefully the stream was worth it. We got a lot done today. Spire is there. I don't know. I think the Spire looks a little derpy with it just being one of them. You know, like I need to add other ones in here, or maybe like build onto something else, kind of jutting out right here real quick, so that it's not as derpy. It doesn't have to be as big of a spire either, just like something else, like another little rock formation kind of coming out. GReimer, I can buy a second case of Pop-Tarts. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Like, did that do anything, or was that just a waste of blocks? I think it could work. Just I gotta do one last little thing here. It kind of is really flat right there, so. Yeah, I think that could work. Let's get another bird's eye view or overview of the thing. Yeah, not terrible. I guess that's what I'm going for here, is not not terrible. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we did all the stonework in this area. Look at this thing. Okay, so we got this part all done. We got this part. We got this whole section right here, this face of the mountain done. then we even finished the part above the African elephants, or the Asian elephants, I think. Let's see, let me double check that, make sure we got that part. Not seeing any holes in there. No, yeah, I think we got it. Obviously, we got to replace some stuff like that, but when I start doing the foliage and the decorating around the base of the volcano, I'll worry about that. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap things up for today, but let's go give a shout out to the people who did the super chats today, as well as of all time, you know, because you guys keep me financially funded while I do this. That way, you know, I always have a good excuse for doing this. Then I say, hey, you know, it helps out, it makes some money. But big old shout out to Peter today for taking over the top super chat. Also, at $250. That's a lot. That's like a lot of money. Thank you, Peter. That was insane. I also thank you to Todd, and happy birthday, Todd. Also, I think it's happy early birthday, but happy 29th birthday again to you, Todd. Tinnikin, thank you so much. Inkle, Captain Craig, Kithron, Diamonds in the Rough, Fanny, Corey, who was actually hanging out in chat. Corey, you still lurking out there? Nickel Plays, Emperor Ditto, Cinnamon, who was on also. We also got a kill. So big thank you to Black Rose also for paying for the hit on Cinnamon for the $10. Ace Yotter, Mr. Bubbles McGee, Mika Hunter, and HT Plays. Thank you all for supporting this. Thank you for supporting this channel, this endeavor, this huge zoo that I'm building. It's kind of crazy. We are our own little corner of the internet out here, you know. Not a super popular one, but we're a close-knit family. So, but thank you guys so much for, you know, donating anytime anyone does a super chat. I really do appreciate it. And Peter, holy cow, 250 cheapers. Let's go up to the crow's nest. Zoop. All right, so yeah, thank you guys so much for those super chats. Really do appreciate it. But I'm gonna wrap things up here though. So if you guys did enjoy this live stream, hit the like button. Hit the like button before before you go. I would really appreciate it. We're at 18 likes. Didn't hit the 30 I was hoping for, but I also didn't go for 12 hours like I normally do. It looks like we're gonna wrap this up at around 4 or almost 4. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, I gotta go do some more recording. Oh, it's still another stretch. Whew. Oh my gosh. They're always there. I will always support a hit on Cinnamon. It's too spicy. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.